Some may find the following disturbing. Discretion is advised.
I've never been at a stoplight.
Yeah, it sucks. Were you in the city?
I was jamming out. I was right at the fucking heart of the city.
Oh, sucks.
Of my city. Fucking.
Oh, you weren't in Hartford then?
No, thank God.
Oh my God, that's the worst, man.
I was in Meriden, but Meriden is this intersection's the worst one in Meriden.
Yeah.
Right by O'Reilly. Like literally, it was like taunting me.
Yeah.
Here I am. I'm in gear, Shane. So I go to step on the gas and my car ain't moving. I go, what the fuck? I must have hit it in neutral. No, look over, it's not moving. Fuck, I turn the key, I put it in park, it won't turn over. And then it starts doing the Christmas tree. I sent you the video.
Yeah.
It's like, I have
alternator.
Everyone's
yeah, there's a lot
up.
of that shit going on. Child rape.
Oh my God. It's so funny, Aldo, because I was just saying, I just love the way my car drives.
This is the car you took to the game?
No.
Okay.
We took the van to the game.
Right. So you were driving. You were driving.
So I was driving my Hyundai Sonata.
Okay. You need to get yourself another car, like a tow truck. The show in a row. 5, 4, 3, 2. This is the Bears Barroom Radio Network, and we're brought to you by the Verdoliak Law Group, fighting insurance companies since 1963, and BetChicago.com, your source for all of Chicago's sports and betting news. Hey, Bears Girl, what's your favorite jingle of all time?
Well, although I've got to say, it's the Kit Kat one.
Give me a break, break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Oh yes, I'm loving it. Memorable, catchy, and instantly connects with the brand.
You know who else is looking for a memorable jingle? TickSplits.com, and they're willing to give away a free ticket to the Chicago Bears Green Bay Packers game for a good one.
I knew that. A ticket to the game, and we'll set up a meet and greet with the winner and members of the barroom and other barflies. It will be fun. Bears Go, give our listeners some of the particulars while I try to come up with some Tick Splits sample jingles. Like, for instance, how about this one? Like a good ticket broker, Tick Splits is there.
Please, Aldo, no, that's not a good one. No. Okay, here's what you need to do, Bears fans and barflies. Step 1. Record an amazing, catchy 10 to 30 second jingle for Tick Splits to use on their social media promos. It can be audio only or a video entry. Step 2. Submit it via Twitter and make sure you tag both at Bears Barroom and at Tick Splits. Step 3. Send a copy via email to marketing@ticksplits.com. That's marketing@TIXBLITZ.com with Bears Barroom in the subject line. Contest runs from November 19th until December 5th, and the winner will be announced on December 10th. Full contest details are available on bearsbarroom.com.
All right, you gave me an idea for another one. TIXBLITZ.
No.
Nothing like that?
No.
How about this one? You deserve some tickets today, so get up and call Tick Splits.
No, please make sure that you're not using any trademarks or copyright infringements. Be creative, and as Matt Nagy says, be you. So head over to Bears Barroom for all the details. Submit as often as you want. Just please make them better than Aldo's.
Introducing the man that was representing the 203 in Wallingford from Lyman Hall. The guy that was only 5'7", but he was still running over motherfuckers because he has a heart of stone. Number 22, the guy that went to Hofstra, the man, the myth, the legend. The guy they nicknamed Doc because he kept prescribing remedies for Bears fans, yet Phil Emery wasn't listening. This is the motherfucker that writes songs the way he used to run over those defenders. He is the chief football analyst of the Bears bar room. The guy that makes trolls and frauds hide in holes like bitches. It's Phil Otoshin. You know him as Draft Dr. Phil. Next up, some know him as the mailman. And this motherfucker would drop Karl Malone just the way Jordan did in 97 and 98. Also known as the mailman because he loves to deliver. In parts unknown in Canada, they call him the motherfucking money man. All 6'3" and 227 pounds of him. From Hammond, New York, the guy eats dumb tweets for breakfast and snacks on frauds before workouts. The original clown a dumbass blogger with their own work as breaking news and make Lockin' For and break the news as if it's true. You know him as the smartest man in the bar room. Give it up for Shane Marsaw! And finally, he was a poor Puerto Rican kid running amok in the streets of Chicago, shooting rats just to have fun. A 2-time Emmy Award-winning recipient, a 6-time Spelling Bee champion, the creator of the McClendon Ding, the curator of the Matt Leinart and Deshaun Watson School of QBing, the shitter of snakes. Top 10 QBs? We don't need any stinking top 10 QBs. The driver of the Let's Draft a Strong Safety number 3 overall short fucking bus. The motherfucking guard father. Hide the women and children. There's no fucking wall that'll keep this guy out. Get up out of your seats and give it up for the barkeeper. He's Aldo Gandia. Go Bears!
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah. Nah. A Bears barn room, they're the ones that fight for truth. Bears are alive or 100 proof, even if the Bears win or lose. A Bears barn room, they're the ones that fight for truth. Bears are alive or 100 proof, no matter if the Bears win or lose. Yo, first, the smartest man, no tweets, he's never missing. Impossible, the mission, call out frauds with precision. Bears 100 proof, these cases, number one is Laura. Slaying dumb tweets, cross-eyed like Control. Never one to back down to call a fraud a lemon. Wise man, no doubt, Miller's asterisk ending. Cheers, Bears fans. Fight Puerto Rican barkeeper for Chicagoland. He's the godfather, the one, the real producer, always keeping the show together with the voice that will seduce us. Get out of Firefox, the old timer never stops. IPA drafts, more scraps, barkeep takes the shots. Barflies appreciated worldwide. Canada, Scotland, England, Brazil, Mexico, and Dubai. Dr. Phil is the guy, the one to realize that the bottom leader to show with an endless shoot supply. Go big coat for the narrative on color, brought the jinxes of getting from Mitch, and now I'm the standing up for the truth. You know your boy's a little guy. These media heads won't give us credit up to the barflies. Flies. Fuck a fraud in his keyboard, Twitter tough guys surround us, raining truth on the Bears worldwide. Barflies astound us. This is the number one pod, that's the reality of the truth. And if you don't know us by now, Bears 100 proof. A Bears barn room, they're the ones that fight for truth. Bears are alive or 100 proof, even if the Bears win or lose. A Bears barn room, they're the ones that fight for truth.
4th and goal. They give it to Hicks. He's in. It's the Fridge Part 2. And look at the celebration from his teammates.
I think it means a lot to everybody, us as well, but I think just the culture and the fans included, because they've been watching this team for years, right? I watched this team, on NFL films growing up, 85 Bears and things like that. And, it's great to see, that's all you want, is just a little bit of respect. I got to talk to Alex Brown, and, he wore that 96 before I did. And it meant so much to me for him to say that I was playing well because he did it, And so I hope that the Fridge is sitting at home and he can see me pull one in the end zone and say, man, I did that and I did it better.
Cheers, Bears fans! This is Bears 100 Proof, and you just heard Akeem Hicks talk about his touchdown on Sunday and how Matt Nagy is shining a spotlight on the history of the Chicago Bears with his innovative and creative play calling. My name is Aldo Gandia. I serve the drinks at this rowdy, raucous Roadhouse dive bar. But don't you worry, the stars of the nightclub act are here to analyze bust balls and show off their comedic talents. They are, of course, Shane, the smartest man in the barroom, Marshaw, and Draft Dr. Phil Latosha. Thanks to Super Barfly Dan Aguirre for his role in producing the open to the show, which was co-written by Shane and co-produced by Draft Dr. Phil. Trey Bizzy will be here in about 90 minutes or so to help us talk it out. That is, talk about the upcoming Rams game. But first, we're going to look back at the Giants game and get Shane's take and hear more of the great stories that Phil has to share about his excellent adventure at MetLife Stadium with the Mott's crew and the barflies from all across North America who flew in for the game. Gentlemen, how are ya? Silence. Nobody's doing well?
No, we're doing good. Doing good.
I was on mute. What's up, Aldo?
Hi.
Hey, I got my 8-4 jacket on, ho. all we gotta do is, you know who we gotta get, Phil? You know who we gotta get?
Who we gotta get?
On the defensive line, Sheldon all fucking day. That's who we need, ho. That's who we need.
3 years.
3 years, best defensive lineman in the league, ho. Give me a hug, Phil. Give me a fucking hug.
Do you wear a scarf with that coming off?
That's what I'm saying, girl. I'm out here deleting tweets because Cohen can't play, ho. He's too small. What's he? He's 3rd and 22 back, Phil. He's 3rd and 22, ho.
Who's
you know what it
this?
is. I got my 8-4 jacket on. I'm hanging fucking solar panels, ho.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
I would say Glennon put us in a position to win. Dow put us in a position to win, and we nearly just did not execute well enough.
That's pretty good.
So this was a new video or something that he put up, or what?
Oh my God.
Sheldon all fucking day, Phil.
Sheldon all fucking day. He said he'd be the best defensive lineman, 5 tech within 3 years, or is it 3 tech?
3 tech.
3 tech.
Top 5 in 3 years, or top 3 in 5 years, something like that. Who knows?
He deleted that tweet, though.
Oh, yeah. That's how he works, ho.
Hey, ho. That was pretty good impression. Hey, ho.
So, fellas, talk to me about this football game. I want to get Shane's take on the loss to the Giants.
Well, you guys know my cynicism with most Bears games. I'm not the guy that ever goes into a game thinking that it's going to be easy, and this was more of the same. It just felt like 95% of the game we just were not into it, just not feeling it. I'm like, man, these guys, you hear so much about the mini bye week and these guys are going to be rejuvenated. And yes, Chase Daniel is in there, not Mitch, but still doesn't make, it still shouldn't affect our defense. And I know we're going to get into that. And it's, my son and Ela came home a little bit late into the game, and my son came running in, and right when he ran in, we started to see the comeback. And I'm like, Phil, we were just talking pre-show a little bit. You were hoping for that special moment with Steph, in a historic game like that. And I was the same thing. I was sitting here with my son, and I'm like, man, don't move. You're about to witness something special, and don't move exactly from where you're sitting because you're going to throw off the equilibrium of the planet, and we're going to fumble or something. I'm one of those guys, and got into overtime, and I felt so confident going into overtime until that first play. In overtime, that 29-yard run by Saquon where they just about ripped Roquan Smith's jersey off, and it wasn't called, but it's one of those things, and it sucks, but at the same time, with a young team, I think this is something that Matt Nagy can put up on the board and say, see, a lot of teams are taking New York lightly, and you guys, we want to think that you have an elite defense, but you can get smacked in the mouth at any given moment. And that happened quite a bit on Sunday.
I hate to say it, but I feel like every time I start bragging about this team, I feel like I'm jinxing them, Started to talk about Super Bowl shuffle, jinxed them, said that they were going to win out, they go on and lose 2 in a row and stuff. So when you talk about your son potentially messing up the equilibrium of the world and stopping greatness from happening, I look back at some of the things that I said about the team, and I'm saying, maybe I should just shut the fuck up because I'm not doing them any good.
But the saving grace to it all is I would be a lot more worried if we dropped that game if 10 was at quarterback.
Yeah, the whole if Trubisky was in there. I mean, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, it'd be a Merry Christmas, but he's not.
That's the saving grace to all of it for me.
That's the truth. The fact of the matter is the narrative, sorry, Aldo, was, Chase is the system guy, knows it in and out. You're going to get consistency. And he was the key factor from me being there of why, 14 points really on him. And then your defense is battling. And I know Shane and I talked after the game while I'm sitting in traffic and the George Washington Bridge is swaying back and forth.
And I was at work again, unfortunately. All these drunk fuckers FaceTime me from Phil's Fun Bus, Bobby and Diddy and everybody, and they're like, where are you at? And I'm like, welcome to the post office. Walking around, they're like, oh shit, you're at work. And I said, yeah, I had to go back in. It's that time of year, but yeah, that was a tough one.
Yeah, it was. And that defense couldn't get off the field in critical moments. And you depend on that. You depend on those guys to step up and do their jobs. And it was like you made Eli look like 2011 Eli Manning. And that, to me, was those two things, Chase and the third down defense, were even more disappointing than Mike Burton this weekend.
Well, and I listened to Chase Daniel after the game, listened to his press conference a couple of times, actually. Really felt bad for the guy because he said, one of the things that he said that resonated with me is that he felt like those bad throws, those throws that ended up being bad, that when it left his hand, he felt like those were going to be good throws. And I think we've all gone through days like that where we're doing something, whether it's playing hoops or sports or whatever part of life that you just think you're doing the right fucking thing. And then all of a sudden, whatever it is you're doing just fucking flops. And that's the kind of day that he had. I also appreciate the fact that, what Nagy said after the game is that these guys kept fighting. We've seen Bears teams in the past, especially the last 2 years under John Fox. Those teams would have given up. The last 3 games of the year for the last 2 years, those teams gave up. They didn't play hard at all. So I'm not into participation trophies or any of that kind of shit, but I still look at this as I still look at the silver lining here and still think that this team reminds me a lot of the 1984 Chicago Bears, the team that was prior to the Super Bowl shuffle team. This is a team that's knocking on the door. They just have to learn how to win. Some of the young players have to mature and stop making mistakes. Roquan Smith was a perfect example of what I'm talking about Sunday against the Giants. the guy is phenomenal athlete. He's going to be a tremendous linebacker. He reminds me of Urlacher in his rookie year and stuff, where he was making mistakes left and right. I was wondering, oh, the fuck. But when you do your studying and stuff, you know that this guy's going to be awesome. And Roquan is going to be awesome. And the kind of game that he had against the Giants, those are going to be far and few between. And we may never see a game like that again. It's not like he played terrible either. But he just had a few plays that he just didn't get the job done.
We talked about it last night, me and Buffon, because he was on the other side of it, Aldo. He doesn't want to give away part. But I'm kind of in the middle, and I'm never there because I'm usually with Buffon. But to be there, and this is a key point in the whole thing, Shane, and then you talk about it. When Taylor Gabriel gets that ball punched out, every fucking Bear team I fucking know and live with, me and Shane punching the fucking walls of our house, saying, okay, you don't fucking give up now. But every team would. And I'm telling you the truth. So to Aldo's point, I'm not fucking making this shit up. I was there looking at my wife, watching all these people leave the stadium. That was the cue. Almost like in a Marvel movie when everyone leaves for the credits, but those other fucking nerds are staying, waiting, because they know those motherfuckers, there's 4 scenes left, you fucks. So that's me. I'm the fucking football nerd saying, where the fuck are you going? This is a Marvel movie. You don't leave now. My wife looked at me, and Bobby's like, yeah, hell no. And it was so amazing to be with those fucking filthy animals up there. I'm serious. You caught it in the beginning of the show here. We didn't plan that shit, but I'm like, Aldo, last night I was talking about cutting this tape, this video of the thing and capturing these guys. You got fucking a Scotsman from across the pond, Sandy Tom, who's got one of the greatest songs on Bears Barroom ever. And then you got Bobby Bombs, another fucking straight Barfly, Bears Barroom, tail. You got them all up there, right? We're all there. No one left or even thought of leaving. And we're looking around at these Bears, and sure enough, we get the Let's Go Bears chant going. We didn't give up. The Bears didn't give up. And to Aldo's point, to Shane's point, to my point in saying years past, this fucking team would quit. Say, that's it. Let's just fall on it, take a knee. Now, they fucked up. They fucked up to what Shane's saying. And this is a sign of a coach. Because this is fucking Championship Sunday. I'm telling you right now, that's how, if this team comes off the ball that first play, like they don't fucking give a shit, there's an issue. There's an issue. Like I would call timeout and waste a timeout and fucking throw a hissy fit in front of the stadium. Like, oh shit. I would get thrown out of the game to motivate. I don't care, because this game is like a playoff game. But those kids learned their lesson, I hope, to what Aldo's saying.
Well, if they're not motivated to play the Rams prime time at home, one of the best teams in the NFL, we got a lot more that we'll need to be worrying about, to worry about if they're not up for that game. I mean, just getting 10 back in and of itself is a big deal. And, you look back, football more than any other sport, we all know it's a game of inches, and you don't need to look at any other play than the pass to Tariq Cohen that Ogletree picked off, his second interception. He's wide open. I mean, I thought it was a touchdown in the stadium. Uncovered. I mean, Tariq Cohen's 5'7". Chase Daniel is 5'11" on a good day, maybe. And you're talking about those couple of inches. I had a couple of those good days. Yeah, but you know what I mean. You're talking about those couple inches. I mean, we saw what Tariq's day looked like at the end of the day, and it's those passes, that pass, you got to think that 10 makes it. You have to think that Mitch puts that ball in there.
Chase Daniel
throws a ball a millisecond late. What a piece of garbage. But if Tom Brady does it, you say, oh, man, that receiver should have got out of his brakes faster.
And that's, you can say whatever you want. Are the Bears a more talented group than the Giants?
Duh.
Yeah, they are all day long. But Phil, you were fired up during the game, and then after the game when we were talking, Chase Daniel is a backup quarterback. He's always going to be a backup quarterback. That's who he is.
A millisecond late.
He's gonna have a game like he did against Detroit where he plays well, and he can not carry you, but he can not lose it for you. But with that comes the next game where he's going to level off. There's going to be tape on him where they can attack his deficiencies, and I think we saw some of that. Sometimes it looked like it was. He physically looked overmatched out there at times. He didn't look the part. I've never seen that at any point with Mitch, where physically he didn't look like he belonged out there. Chase, a couple of different times, looked to me like he didn't belong out there. Biggest takeaway for me is it's not even close. I don't give a shit if Tyler Bray's out there. It doesn't mean that the Bears can't get off the field on third down. That's why you brought Khalil Mack in here. That's why you drafted Leonard Floyd. That's why you extended Akeem Hicks. That's why you extended Eddie Goldman. That's why you drafted Roquan Smith. That's why you invested in Danny Trevathan. That's why you extended Kyle Fuller. Time and time and time again, this team, this defense, like you said, Phil, they made Eli look like Super Bowl Eli. There was times where he was back there 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, and I'm like, what is going on? And that's an issue. And I don't think I love Vic Fangio, but to me, you guys have heard me say it. You can't just sit back all the time.
He did.
He did way too much, I thought. But it just is, you got to put just as much guilt on the players, because there's times where, Eddie Jackson made another business decision on the sideline and whiffed on a big tackle. And you hate to see that. Is he a playmaker? Yeah. But you know what? You can blow a fucking game by missing a tackle, and it's got to get cleaned up. It's got to, if they want to make, Aldo said this is the 84 team. They're not expected to do it, and everybody sits here and says 2019 is the year that the Bears come in and kick the fucking door down. And I think that that's probably what the blueprint is. But you know what? You're here right now.
Yeah,
you're here.
There's no givens. There's no givens.
Right.
Even Robin Givens fucking got divorced by Mike Tyson. There's nothing. You got to fight for your right to Parkey. We were saying there. Parkey stepping up. People were doing what they needed to do. To Shane's point, where you bread your butter, you put your butter on your bread, where you hang your hat, they didn't come a-calling in that situation. And it's true. And I was really interested because when you're at a live game, I see things differently than everybody. I just do. It's just in my system, my DNA. I don't know what it. Aldo experienced it. So I'm looking at drops, in meaning Leonard Floyd, when is he dropping? Khalil Mack's dropping. Now I counted 4 or 5 times now. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's the opposite. In fact, when Jeff Risdon was on BHL that week, and he was, you might want to drop back and play the coverage and let Eli try to beat you. And I know you were on the other end of it. We got to attack this fucking guy. And every time you did, Eli's fucking doing the globetrotter over there. He's throwing underneath him, no flag. They're holding the shit out of Khalil Mack. It's like, no flag. Fucking Justin Bieber's fucking boyfriend's coming wide open in the fucking end zone on 4th down. It's like, this shit shouldn't happen, but it did. And you had so many fucking areas that you could have controlled this game.
Yeah.
On both sides of the football. Chase pick 6 to start the game. Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, we're here.
Yeah.
Fuck the pick 6, Shane, to start the game. Fumbled kick.
Yeah.
That drops it into the fucking field of play, and he's got to take it the fuck out.
Yeah.
Gets it at the fucking 10.
10. Myself. Yeah.
Next play. Talk about starting a game, Aldo. That's like you fucking starting a commercial and just fucking shooting the sewer. Just fucking, we're going to shoot sewers today. Like, it was the fucking worst shit I've ever seen. I'm like, how did you start the game like this? Sandy Tom was given a epitaph up there. This is it, his life. I'm sitting next to Draft Dr. Phil. There's a video of it that I'm filming, Shane. I'm sitting, he's filming it. I go, and here we go, Sandy, because Sandy's talking. This is awesome. He's talking to Steph. Like, you get to sit with Phil and experience it. She's like, oh, yeah, that's great.
So excited.
Like, for me, it's everything. First play, Chase Daniel, interception. I got to look at the camera. I'm like, fumbled snap. And I look at Sandy. I was like, oh, my God. It can't be one of these types of days.
Did you guys listen to Mike Furry talk about the game at all?
No.
It's very interesting when he said he was talking about, the offense, of course, and, backup quarterback in there. And he's like, people are going to look at this and put a lot on Chase, and it's not on Chase. He's like, our wide receivers were extremely responsible for what happened.
Really?
On Sunday.
Said that quote?
He specifically pointed out Anthony Miller and Taylor Gabriel.
Anthony Miller, who had only one catch.
He dropped that ball over the middle, Aldo.
Yes. And he said in terms of
this thing. Can we get this audio? When was it? Today?
Adam Hogue, they had it on the Hogan Johns podcast where he was talking about it. He came out and he said, Anthony at Memphis could play backyard football all game long and finish with 140 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
That can't happen in the NFL. When you have a route that you're supposed to run at 12 yards, you have to run it at 12 yards. You don't run it at 8. You don't run it at 13. You run it at 12. And then he said this is what brings Taylor Gabriel into the mix with this. Is he's like, Taylor is so fast. He's like, you can't even believe how fast this kid is in and out of his cuts, that he believes that he's so fast that at times he feels like he can cut it at 10 yards rather than 12 because he's so fast and he's open at 10 yards. He goes, guys, it does not work that way in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about timing. He said, Taylor, you can be open at 10 yards. You can be completely open. Your quarterback is geared to throw that at 12.
And if you're 5'9",
yeah. And he specifically pointed out that slant pass to Allen Robinson on 3rd down. That
is that in the overtime when he's coming across the middle?
Yeah.
On 4th down.
Janoris
that one?
Yeah, the one that Jenkins swatted away. It was on 3rd down.
Oh, you're talking early.
Early in the game.
Yeah, it was earlier. And Anthony Miller kind of went all backyard football and got away from his guy, but he got in the way and he brought his defender to Allen Robinson, and it made Jenkins' job easier to deflect the ball. And he said it's little tiny things like that. He goes, if you switch that back and you watch that, Allen Robinson's going to catch that ball, and Allen Robinson's going to be running. He's going to be good. And it's not because Chase Daniel put the ball in a bad spot. It's because Anthony Miller didn't do It's little tiny things.
Yep.
It's a game. Like I said, it's a game of inches. You know, that
Stat scouts don't get that.
No, they don't. They don't. You know, Ziglinski was tweeting out that this, 4 minutes left. All right, guys, we'll see you next week at the Rams game. This game's over. And I'm like, is this your first time watching the football? I mean, I watch the game until there's zeros, and I will, scratch and claw the Bears could be down by 14 with 35 seconds left, and I'm like, all right, we're going to score here. We're going to get the onside kick. We're going to throw, we're going to score again. We're going to tie this up. You have that hamster on the wheel up in your head going around. You're thinking of scenarios. And was it likely what happened Sunday? No, but we've seen it. We've lived it. We've all been part of those games. But in a game of inches, a half an inch, a half a yard, 2 yards less, breaking off your route when you're not supposed to, that matters. And that comes back, and that's where, Mitch is inexperienced. He threw that. No. It's not just that. It's not just that. It could be Anthony Miller isn't doing his job.
Freelancing.
Right.
Not knowing your job. Not doing the right route. Not blocking or stepping with the right foot.
Yeah.
All of it. Coaching is so important. The fact that this guy, and I didn't hear it, is saying this.
It's a big deal. Yeah.
Is a huge deal.
Yeah.
Because you know what he's doing? He's sending a message to kids that love social media, and that means I'll say players that love social media, that love themselves, and that's awesome. Shit. That's great. He has confidence. He should. He's awesome. But you can't cheat the rule.
No.
And when you do, that's what happens, Shane. You lose.
And that's the thing. I think what's important to keep in the back of your head here is if he's making that quote publicly, it's already been made in the locker room.
Exactly. There's no way with this coach, this staff, that anything that's said out there is not said there. Because that right there, your point.
Yeah.
You can't let the prisoners run the asylum, and you can't be a hypocrite to your team. So whatever I'm saying to you is going to be consistent to what I say out there.
Are you letting the crazy ass secretary run a Fortune 500 company?
No.
No, you're not. You know what I mean? You're booting her ass to the curb and you're moving along. It is what it is. It's just crazy shit like that, but it all fucking matters.
Let's talk a little bit about the run game, because we've been bitching and moaning a lot about the play selection by Nagy and his lack of commitment to the run game. It was interesting what he said in Monday's news conference. I think I got it queued up correctly. Let's listen to, I think it was Adam Hogue that asked him about Jordan Howard having a great first half rushing the ball, and why didn't he pursue that in the second half. And then we'll talk about what Nagy says.
We're right there.
Jordan had 68 yards at halftime on 13 carries.
Yeah.
Looking back at it, did you feel like you got him the ball enough in the second half?
Well, the second half, they had a little plan for him, and so I would have loved. I don't know if did you watch? Did you go back and see the second half? There's I wish I would have loved to be able to call more runs, but they did a pretty good job getting into our backfield and stopping the run. And then before you know it, we got behind, and in overtime we started off with a run and had a nice little run there for I think 6 or 7 yards. But it's hard when it's 2nd and 14 after a run call on 1st and 10, and so there's that I guess you call it the balance of trying to stay somewhat balanced with calling runs. Even though he had two runs that bounced outside, Jordan did in the first half, but up the middle, I thought they did a good job, penetrating, and so no, I don't think I'd change what I did. I felt like we finally got into a rhythm in the fourth quarter, and that was throwing the ball.
Two quick thoughts. Number one, he clearly has a paranoia about negative rushing yards. He does. Yeah. He does run a lot on first down. I don't have the data in front of me, but I'm going to say it's anywhere between maybe 35 and 45%. And he hates it when he's facing second down and plus 10. That's one thing. The other thing is that I think a lot of what he's saying here is that Schwitzman guy, he fucking sucks, man. I can't call running plays with this guy in the field.
But he's still putting them out there. That's the thing. That's what it's hard to figure out. And, you're talking about the second and plus 10s, Aldo. A lot of that is a result of number 29.
Exactly.
Because it does. We talked about it here last week. Tariq's got he's slippery anyway. It doesn't. You saw it right in this game how many times he was cut. I'm like, put your fucking foot in the dirt and just go for it. Give me a fucking yard. They were making a big deal on the TV broadcast. Tariq Cohen just ran 56 yards for a gain of 4. And yes, that's what makes him special. But more times than not, you see Tariq, they'll do that little, jet sweep or anything like that. And he's more willing to take a loss of 3 or 4 than he is to stick his foot in the ground and get you a gain of 1 or 2. And that's where Matt Nagy is correct. You're not going to, it's very, very, very rare that you're ever going to call a run play on 2nd and 14. Phil, you know that. It's not the way that the NFL is. It's just not. But come on, Nagy, give me a fucking break. Jordan Howard got 2 carries in the second half. Did you guys watch the Redskins and Eagles game last night? Adrian Peterson had a fucking 90-yard touchdown run. He didn't finish the fucking game with 100 yards. It's been done one other time in NFL history. How the fuck is that possible? You know what I mean?
Be dumb.
Yeah, you're going to rely on Mark Sanchez. What's the easiest thing for your backup quarterback? To
hand
rely?
The ball off.
And it doesn't always have to work. Just the threat of it can help it out.
Let me say this about Nagy. In the prison, we would call that a guy long talking. And that means the longer he talks, the more he's fucking full of shit. Because you could tell, and I'm keeping it 100 because they had a plan for him. Well, they have Saquon Barkley. Do you have a fucking plan for him? Yeah, you do. And you got all these, Allen Robinson and fucking Taylor. You got all these too. I did not hear that audio, Aldo, till this very moment. And to be perfectly honest, fucking makes me nervous. I got to tell you why. That sounds like someone who doesn't know how to fucking run the ball. That honestly tells me that everything I'm seeing on tape is fucking bothersome to me. Like, I'm not going to even poll the fucking barflies or anything. I'm just going to do the offensive line. Because I want you to see what your elite tailback, in my opinion, like, it doesn't change. 68 yards in the first half, Shane. 2 carries in the second half. That's like Air Jer going to fucking all-you-can-eat buffet and going up once. It's not happening. It's not happening. He's going to go up 3-4 times and get his fucking money's worth. And that's why I love that dude. So get your money's worth out of Jordan Howard. Because that, of all days, he got it outside, Shane. You know why he got it outside? Because he stuck his foot in the ground and saw the cutback and went to that's what we're asking you to do. So you don't want 2nd and 13, coach? You don't want to lose a yard? Fucking run the inside and outside zone. Let him go downhill. Like the Giants were doing to the Bears with Saquon. They're running fucking a toss play, Aldo. They're pulling a guy and putting him at wing back who actually fucking plays fullback and actually puts his body on someone, and then they let everybody move, everybody go with their man, let your tailback read it and get up the field. And what did he do? He read it and got up the fucking field because he's a good back. And that's what Howard could do, because the tape doesn't lie. The guy 2 years ago facing 8-9 in the box, the guy last year facing 8, he didn't go anywhere. You know what's going somewhere? The calls, the use, we're in shotgun 99% of the time. I can't remember a fucking snap under center. It happened with Akeem Hicks. Got under center, he fucking ran the ball. Fucking fullback dive. You can't tell me. No one could convince me as a football person, as an analyst, that this guy understands the importance right now, after listening to that, of how to use this guy properly and help your football team run the ball. Because as much as Witzman sucks, you can make it easy, like I said on BHL, angle block, because he cannot handle fucking
his point of
Sue or Aaron Donald.
No, oh my God, that's his strength at the point of attack is non-existent. I mean, he goes backwards every time.
God.
And Phil, you're talking about a guy like Witzman, and guy that's really young in James. What's the best way to get those guys going, to get them fired up? It's to run the fucking football.
Yeah.
It's just simple.
Every lineman I've ever met, they don't want to pass block.
Yeah.
They want to run block. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage and set the tone. Every time they're doing a trap play, they're using James Daniels.
Yeah.
Every time. So, to Aldo's point, they run a lot on first down. They run the trap play a lot on first down.
Yeah.
Let's just fucking attack it, and it's predictable. No one's helping the run game and self-scouting predictability. Throw action on first down. Get under center. Go 2 tight ends. Get Broniker. Get your boy Shaheen and put number 80, Trey Burton, as a wing. That should be your offense against this team. Now you're going to run downhill. One back, Jordan by himself. Bring in Cohen, make him use him as a receiver. Use another, and Allen Robinson and Taylor Gay, rotate him in and out. That should be your game plan. Everybody on a body. And now you can move and run action and do everything off it. If Chase Daniels are a quarterback, that's how you would have to win and be in the game. It's got to be 2 tight end, even fronts every time. Force them to be even. That's the only way you could do it. Now you got all the angles you want. You could check with me at the line. And sometimes these coaches make it so, I want to be so creative. I want to show my brass balls. But you don't have to be creative to win. You have to be physical to win. And that is where we lack.
There's some interesting data over at Pro Football Focus, and we always take what they say with a grain of salt. But this isn't their grades. This is what they looked at the tape and added up how many yards were gained and what direction the running back was going. And for Jordan Howard, he ran twice to the left of the left tackle and picked up a total of 33 yards. One of them a 25-yarder, and the second one an 8-yarder. And Nagy only calls that 2 times. So you got to wonder, if something is working, if he calls a play and he, or Jordan Howard just by himself bounces it out to the left, why aren't there more of those successful plays as opposed to some of the things that aren't working? And that includes some of the pass plays that aren't working. So I hear what you guys are saying, but at the same time, this guy is married to the concept that the short passing game is an extension of the run game, and I don't think he's ever going to change that. We're going to be studying this more in the next couple of weeks at Bears Barroom. We got one of the writers working on analyzing Jordan Howard's runs and Matt Nagy's play calling and so forth. But I think that what we're witnessing is the beginning of a revolution where if you don't have a Todd Gurley or a Saquon Barkley, and even with Saquon Barkley, you don't call him for running the ball as often as you probably would imagine with a guy as talented as he is. But the days of seeing 25 rushes for a running back are gone. And unfortunately, we've got a guy on the roster who needs 25 rushes a game in order to get going. But Nagy just he gets nauseous at the sight of a negative running play. We're stuck with that.
Do you guys remember who led the league in rushing last year?
See, who was it last year? Todd Gurley.
The Chiefs.
Right?
Kareem Hunt.
Oh, was it Kareem? Before he kicked somebody.
Where's the offensive coordinator?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's totally understand with what you're saying. And, I mean, I know Phil doesn't want to hear it. I mentioned it last week or 2 weeks, one of the times on the show. I just don't feel like Jordan Howard is going to be the starting running back in Chicago in 2019.
Yeah,
and not to turn off any of the fans, but hey, what do we say? We keep it 100 here. Is this going to be a guy that they're going to look at? Kareem Hunt.
Who? Kareem Hunt?
In the offseason.
Yeah, we talked about it last night. I said no, and John said no because of the distraction and what he did. I mean, the video is kind of disgusting.
Oh no! I'm not saying for this season. I don't think anybody's going to talk. I'm talking about. I know we can talk about it.
Well, Ray Rice got run out of town. He never even played again.
Yeah, but I mean, look at
you're talking about McDonald, Ray McDonald.
No, Ray Rice.
Ray Rice
from the Ravens.
Remember he punched the girl in the fucking elevator?
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Yeah, and dragged her. Yeah, but it's it's going to be interesting because I don't think that Nagy is dead set against the run. I just don't think Nagy has his guy there.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean,
that's what it feels like to me anyway.
Saquon Mezell is getting carries and in the game at certain parts. I'm confused by it.
Yeah.
It's like a guy gets, I can't remember how many yards Jordan had on the cutback run. Do you know how many yards that was?
25.
Thank you. I guess 27, 38 last night. I couldn't remember. So 25 yards. The very next play, he's out, Shane.
Yeah, I know.
And
Phil, they had Howard and Cohen out on a third down play, and Mizell was in there, and it was in like the fucking fourth quarter. They talked to Nagy about what he likes, in his running back depth chart, and he said he thinks it's very important to have, a bunch of different backs so you can attack defenses a certain way, but I mean, Mizell was claimed from Baltimore last year by Ryan Pace before Nagy was here. They must see something, obviously. I mean, they brought him up. I just don't know what they see.
I think what they see is that small, shifty, quick running back that Jordan Howard is not, and Tariq Cohen and Mizell are. I think that's it. I think that's Nagy's type of running back.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't even see. To me, I don't know. He's very, very pedestrian in everything that he does. I don't see the quickness of a Cohen. I don't see the cutbacks of Cohen. I don't know. To me, he's an extremely replaceable part. And, you hear people say how easy it is to go out and find a running back. That's one thing that has surprised me, is that we haven't seen more of a I don't want to say a steady stream of running backs brought through here, but, just an influx of guys working out that maybe Nagy has been familiar with, because Nagy is coming from the Andy Reid coaching tree. Andy Reid loves to pass the football, but the running game is a huge part of it. Look at Doug Peterson in Philly last year. Yes, they had the quarterback play, but the running game was a humongous part of it. Jay Ajayi, I mean, they focused on him and they made a trade with Miami to bring him in here to get that power element.
They did use 3 backs there too.
That's what I'm. Yeah, they do. They have that.
Who's the other one? Blunt. They had Blunt too.
Blunt, and they had Sproles too until he got hurt. So they had 4, and I mean, you could see that. But if you want that versatility, do we have a versatile back on the practice squad? Yeah, we do.
Oh, Craig, our boy Ryan Nall.
Ryan Nall. That's what I'm saying. You can't. I mean, I don't know. To me, I just, like I said, I don't see everything that I see with Mizell. It's extremely pedestrian, and it surprises me that they think so much of him, that he's getting not just reps in general. He's getting big time reps in big time, times in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys notice that there were a couple of times that we saw Jordan Howard in the sideline and him motioning for somebody to stay on the field? I'm looking at a play actually right now. It is.
Is that when he got his bell rung?
Maybe. I don't know. I
tweeted that out during the game. It looked like to me he got his bell rung.
Yeah, I saw that.
Jordan Howard. Yeah.
When was that?
It was.
I didn't see it.
Oh,
was it in the first quarter?
What's that?
Was it in the first quarter?
Yeah, it was fairly early.
Oh, it was early.
Yeah, because I tweeted it out, and I said, just keep your eye on Howard, because it looked like he got his bell rung there.
Yeah, what I'm looking at now is on a first down play, he gains 4 yards behind left guard. Now it's 2nd down and 6, and another handoff, this time to Mizell, who goes behind Whitsfield and actually picks up 4 yards.
Whitsman.
Whatever his name is.
Spelling bee champion.
And so it's 3rd down and 2 now, and the camera's on Jordan Howard, and he points and he tells somebody to stay on the field. Now it's 3rd down and 2. Nagy still hasn't called the play. He's calling the play, and the formation is goes backfield. 3rd and 2. So
the formation what?
He went empty.
He went empty.
Oh,
yeah. And
I was like, oh my God.
He had that one play 3rd and 2, and he was running all that fucking motion, and then that one to Trey Burton, and I think they ended up getting. It looked like it was going to work there for a split second, and then Burton ended up getting obliterated.
Mm-hmm.
And the screen.
And I said that's the.
Just get in the power formation and get the fucking first down. It's situational football over and over and over again. Now, Buffon said it. When you do it 3-4 times, it's insanity.
Yeah.
And it needs to be somebody, and people are joking, Brad Childress here, maybe that would help. But he's a young head coach. Who the fuck is getting in his face, in his ear? I saw him getting after the official.
Yeah.
I love this guy. I really do. But all of us in moment, I've had assistant coaches, coach, no, coach, no. What do you mean, no? What do you talk to me, because it's fucking chaos, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. And you got the 30-second clock. You got shit going on, personnel decisions. Everyone has to be on the page. You're calling the play, trying to communicate with this guy, because he's not just a head coach. He's the OC.
Mm-hmm.
So you're thinking 2 plays ahead here, and sometimes he's off. So you got to have that trusted. I don't know what Helfrich is. Good. He's the next coach of Colorado. Good. Get the fucking next guy in here that understands. Get situational fucking football going where it's 3rd and 2. Let's fucking put Burton in there and pretend you're going to fucking run the die and counter backside. Run a counter fucking play. You did it on Thanksgiving. It fucking worked. And Tariq almost fucked it up there because he has no vision. I don't care. I said it on BHL. People get mad. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you what I fucking see on tape. The guy's vision is one thing. Now, they were assessed. Well, he got his bell rung a few weeks ago. Fucking Peyton got his bell rung. He fucking still put his face into someone. He still saw the hole. He doesn't see it. He does. He's so agile. He's so athletic. He's so twitchy. He's got great hands. But he doesn't have the feel and vision of running the football in between the tackles. Everything is to look to bounce out. Go out of bounds for -4.
Imagine if he had Jordan Howard's vision.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. He would be Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Because Barry Sanders has Jordan Howard's vision.
Mm-hmm.
And Barry, for everything you say, he took a lot of losses. Yeah.
He did.
But he also fucking he was a game breaker.
Yeah.
Cohen is a game breaker. My thing philosophically is put Howard on the field all the time.
Mm-hmm.
With Cohen coming in and being Theo Riddick type.
Didn't we all think that here?
I thought
that was going to be a humongous part of this game plan. And I'm stunned that it's not.
It just baffles me because you know how much you could do just with the two of them on the field.
Yeah.
Now your predictability patterns are gone because there's no way to be predictable. And that, on this show, we keep it 100. That is a problem. Now, we praise them. We buried them. We lift them up, but we also talk tape, and the tape doesn't lie when it comes to this situation with Tariq Cohen. This offensive line is in the backfield, then that's on you as a coach. It's on you as a coach to not run that to get the counter game going.
Hey, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Phil. Finish your thought.
And run power and run something different. You have all these pass plays, Aldo. You have all these passing formations. Let's start focusing in December on some of the. Let's get our best 9 runs. What are our best 9 running plays? And we run them out of every fucking formation. Mm-hmm. That should be your goal this week. We're going up against the Rams. What are our best 9 running plays with Jordan Howard and Tariq Cohen? Let's run it. There's no exception. You fucking bounce outside, have the coach just like the coach addressing Anthony Miller. Hit the fucking hole or get the fuck out. Don't give a shit what you are. Play slap.
It's supposed to be really, really cold Sunday night, too. You're bringing in a team from L.A. that, they have a ton of names on defense, but they're struggling. And it's got to be. I mean, you can make your hay by just – it doesn't even have to be effective early on. But, I mean, the Jordan Howard is the guy that he may not have a great first quarter, but if you keep on going with him, he's going to start making those runs in the fourth quarter that are going to pay off for you with a defense that can be susceptible to giving up plays with the Rams. I mean, as good as their defense has been with the big names, like I said, they haven't played as well on defense as I think as a lot of people expected. And, the elements are going to start, nobody likes to hear, this is Chicago Bears weather and all this, bear weather, all that stuff, but it's going to be a factor. You guys remember way back when they had that game, it was like, 10 below 0 when Michael Vick came to Soldier Field. Mm-hmm. He gave up halfway through the first quarter just because of the fucking cold. Mm-hmm. The Bears defense came out there with no sleeves on. They were warming up with their shirts off. And, it's all that mind fuck to send a message that you're here. You're not in L.A. anymore, Toto.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
And the Rams have played a cold weather game already, as Eric Katz wrote in BearsBarroom.com. Yeah. They played against the Denver Broncos in mid-October under wintry conditions. There was snow on the ground, the temperature was below freezing, and their quarterback, the Rams quarterback Goff, had a really bad game. He passed for under 50%, had 200 yards passing because he hit Robert Woods on a couple of long passes, but the difference in that game was Todd Gurley, who rushed for over 200 yards. So we're going to be talking with Trey Bizzy about the Rams game coming up, and Gurley is definitely going to be one of the keys. Stopping Gurley is going to definitely be one of the keys. But I wanted to ask Phil, before we get off the subject of the Giants, about the weather conditions in New York. Were they bad enough where you think that perhaps it impacted the way Chase Daniel in particular played, and may have impacted players like Eddie Jackson, who missed a sure interception? The ball bounced off his hands when he did a great recovery play to come back and guard a wide receiver. Were there little things like that you can say, well, probably the weather impacted, it was just bad luck because the weather impacted that play or those plays?
Well, the weather definitely was an impact there. I mean, at the tailgate, it just was a constant sprinkling shower of cold, wet rain. Remember when we were at the Cubs game? Mm-hmm. It was like that. So it was chilly, cold, and rain, and then it would just stop and become this hazy sprinkle. But it was very clear and evident that it was affecting your quarterback, your shorter quarterback. I question whether it was, his smaller hands, I actually went to look to see what the size of his hands are, because, they're usually measured at the combine or his brother. Yeah. I couldn't find it anywhere, so I don't know how large his hands are. Well, one of the Barflies, Chi-Town Plus, shout out to him. He went back into a magazine, I think he said, and found it was 9.25. Oh, okay. That his hand was bigger than I thought it was. Yeah. So he's got a bigger hand than me, but I can grip a football. You can grip a football different ways to throw it. Everybody does differently, but your grip needs to be comfortable without getting into all details about it. When the ball is wet, it depends on how they're using the football. Sometimes they have the K balls. They got the brand new ball out of the fucking pack is so slick, even on a fucking sunny day. So you see some of these teams now are being allowed to use it. It almost looks brown, the ball, like a dark black brown, because it's a used football. So when you see that ball, know that that's for the quarterback's comfort and grip, which, in fairness to them, the Tom Brady rule, as you know. But this fucking guy fumbled the ball 7 times. 7.
It's awful.
And it's not all on Cody Whitehair. Yeah, a bad snap in the fucking rain is going to happen. And you got to be an athlete to move and get the fucking... Not reaching out on a zone play. I mean, that play was... I could see it a mile away. It was going to go for an 8, 9. Boom, fumbles the ball, 3rd and 3. Fumbles the ball, snaps right here at his fucking knee. Bend down, catch the fucking ball. He did it another time. He made it's fine. He throws a fucking nice ball. Makes a big play. We're going to blame everybody, right? I'm blaming the fucking quarterback. I'm short as fuck. I'm not going to drop the ball. I'm just not going to do it. And he did it. And it cost him.
Aldo, can I get a little breaking news drop here?
Beep. Okay, hold on. I'll get you the real one.
Yeah.
If you can hold
it. It's not Bears news, but it's very...
you got me excited.
Hold on.
It's all you'll be excited because this is good stuff.
Where's my... Oh, here it is. Bears Barroom breaking news.
So, do you guys remember Winston Moss from the Green Bay Packers coaching staff?
Oh, yeah, the linebacker. Former linebacker.
Yeah, he sent out a tweet today, and this Winston Moss at Insane Kane 99. His tweet said, "Ponder this: what championship teams have our great leadership? Period. It's not the offensive guru trend. It's not the safe trend. Find somebody that is going to hold number 12 and everybody else in this building accountable to the Lombardi standard. Period. Hashtag losing sucks."
Wow.
Well, and then he was fired. That's the kicker to the
and then he
story.
was fired. But that's kind of says a lot. Kind of says a lot. It kind of says a lot right there, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I gotta say this. I didn't know that he said it, but to that point, Aldo.
Wait a minute. He tweets out, "The Packers have informed me that they're letting me go. Hashtag thanks, Twitter."
Yeah.
I like this guy. So we hire him over here?
Yeah, really?
Because he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Like my father said this to me. He's like, "Phil, fucking Green Bay's letting the prisoner run the asylum. They're letting the prisoner run the asylum. That's a good coach over there. You guys know it." I go, "Absolutely. I hope he goes with the Jets and helps that kid Darnold out." That was my dad's opinion. In reality, you can't let Aaron run the shit. But I'm not going to help you motherfuckers. So this would be a perfect time for fucking Dan's drop to come down, because I just know.
Which one's that? I don't know if I transferred that one.
There's one great Dan drop.
Go ahead. While I look for it.
This is a Oh, I thought you wanted me to set it up again.
Which drop are we talking about, though?
I would suck.
Oh. I love that drop. I love Little Nicky.
Little Nicky.
Oh, what did I do with that drop? Fuck.
You could
I'll put it in post. Yeah.
But you can't let him. That is crazy, though, Shane. And the fact that he got fired, he probably wanted out.
Yeah.
Who wants to coach there? Your head coach, probably your friend, gets fired for no good reason other than the quarterback's pissy.
Yeah, they said They said that McCarthy was caught completely off guard when they did it. That he wasn't.
Have the Packers
that he wasn't
ever
expecting it.
fired a head coach during season?
I don't think so. That's a very traditional conservative organization.
Yeah.
Have the Bears done that? Is there ever been an intern head coach with the Bears?
Nope. I'm pretty sure not.
So this is like out of nowhere.
Just totally out of nowhere.
We got as close as you can get last year.
Yeah, really. We were almost successful.
Trestman year too. That was that last year with Trestman and the Aaron Cromer. Oof. Oh my God!
Now you guys are trying to get Nagy fired. I hate you guys.
No one wants Nagy fired. I just want him to run the ball.
Hashtag Wani Nagy.
Forgot about that.
All right, let me get Alec on the line here a little earlier than normal, but
let me say this while you do that.
Go ahead and do that.
These guys, these brothers, the Motts, and I gotta say this. First of all, it started off with Sandy Tom from across the pond. If there's a better human being on the planet, I don't know if I've met them yet. I mean, you talk about the epicenter of class and integrity. I wish you both had the opportunity to meet Sandy in person, because what a human being. Like, that gives me hope for this world, because that dude was the real deal, and his love for what we do here and his ability to decipher what Bears Barroom is in such a unique way with his accent on top of it was special. And then you had Bobby, and Bobby was everything I thought Bobby was and like 2 scoops more of my mom's sundae, Shane.
Oh, God.
Bobby is just a classy, just a great dude. And all the bar, Diddy, I mean, bringing the passion and love and what it means and just embracing me and saying what he said, and Badge. Just to be around these guys that you know from the voice on the show.
All right,
and the
but
personality.
that's not the juicy stuff. Tell us which guy you said, man, this motherfucker's an asshole.
Diddy was kicking puppies in the parking lot. Phil told me.
Hey, ho. Hey, ho.
What's up, ho? It's my 8 and 4 jacket, ho. Sheldon all fucking day.
Sheldon all day. That's a punk ass bitch.
Yeah.
That's a punk.
Wasn't there anybody that you met that said, man, this is disappointing. I thought this person was going to be cool, but this person is an asshole. Nobody?
No, honestly, it was so.
Yeah, there was one. Steph told me about it today when I talked to her on the phone.
Tell me.
Phil's laughing. He knows what I'm talking about.
Come on, let it out.
Do your research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Cunty fresh. Cunty fresh.
Our old business partner, Jose Cotto, was there. How was Jose? How was that whole
Jose
was nice to see. Jose Cotto showing love.
How does Sandy say it? Jose Cotto.
Jose sounds like a little robot toy for Christmas.
Yeah.
At the very end of the commercial, it's like, what are you get this, you get that, you get the Jose Cotto.
Hello, Moto.
Hey,
that's probably where I got it, bro.
Yeah.
Hello, Moto. It's Jose Cotto.
Hey,
really quick. Lastly,
take your time.
I'm sorry. I know Alec is coming in, but he's early.
He's looking through. He's watching Fred Hoiberg.
I don't even see his.
That's right.
His screen.
Fred Hoiberg, a fucking fall guy for a fucked up organization. Anyway, go ahead, Bill.
I just wanted to say, the whole energy level of Chicago Bear fans, that unity, that orange, white, and blue, just loyalty. It definitely was 2-1 in favor of the Bears fan versus the home Giants fan. It's not an exaggeration. You can hear it in the stadium. The fan base out there, I captured it. I put it in my rant. You also can go on my timeline and just see how many of these Mots and people from all over the world, coming as Bears fans to come here and congregate all over the state. And they just weren't tailgating with us. That was just one section.
Mm-hmm.
Several Bears tailgates there. And people were just coming to find Bears Barroom. That's so humbling. And saying what up. Please tell Aldo. Please tell Shane. There was even one guy who loved Mike North. I couldn't believe it.
You couldn't believe it.
There was one guy. Make sure you tell Uncle Mikey that I was asking for him. This guy had him.
I know who it is. I'm going to read a letter from the guy at the end of the show because I think we're talking about the same person. But go ahead.
Yes. It was that dude. I'll just say it before you read it later. Again, or reiterate. Just Bear fans are a different breed. I told my wife when we got engaged, I was like, I got one fucking addiction. That's it. She's like, oh shit, my ex-boyfriend, he was a gambler. I go, no, I don't fucking gamble. I fucking have to watch the Bears. What? She called them Cubs for like a month. I'm like, if you are going to fucking be with me, you can't fucking say Cubs. They're the Bears. So this is my addiction. And when you find other people that are crossing the pond in the last minute, like a James Allen from England, and meeting Sandy and Richard and Heidi from Mexico bringing fucking bags of crickets and homemade salsa for Steph and Phil. These fans are why we do this. And
did you eat a cricket?
No, I didn't, bro. I didn't want to dishonor you, man.
I saw Jose pounded one on video.
Jose Cotto was fucking shit-faced.
I'm shocked.
A cricket, probably by an accident. I'm guessing he was fucking toast. I turned to Bobby during the game. And I'm like, "Yo, calm down." He's like, "Dude, I just finished a whole bottle of Maker's Mark." And I go, "What?" I had one fireball shot, and I was like twisting in the wind. Me and Diddy. Actually, I had 1.5. Like, don't be a fucking pussy. The draft doc. Come on. So these guys were awesome. The whole experience was something. It was the best tailgate experience I've ever been around. And the fucking weather sucked, and it didn't ruin it. Awesome. I still got to throw a few deep balls to Diddy, Badge, and fucking Bob Vance, the refrigeration was there from East Haven, Connecticut, and his kids. And I got to throw a few deep balls there. It was just so much fun, man. And I just wanted to once again say thank you to the monsters of the tri-state. Thank you to the Barflies, who, without you, I mean, look at how big this thing has gotten. It went from micro to, where are we now, Ho?
Now we're macro, right?
Macro, that's
a fucking macro podcast.
We Mac, Ho.
Yeah, you Ho. I got my 8 and 4 jacket on, Ho. Sheldon all fucking day.
Someone who hashtags MacHo tomorrow in this, the first one, tag me in it, MacHo. Hashtag, it's Khalil Macho, not M-A-C-Ho. MacHo. I'm going to send you something. So
he's a fucking idiot.
Hey, before I bring Trey in here, I just want to take 60 seconds to say my opening thought on Bears on Tap. I ragged on some fans and so forth, and maybe I didn't do a good job of communicating what my thought was behind that. Everybody is allowed to vent on Twitter, on social media, at the bar, wherever the fuck you are, on about how piss poor the Bears are playing. I don't have a problem with that. But in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, even the fourth quarter, if you're fucking tweeting or in my ear telling me the Bears are going to lose this game, I'm going to fucking turn you off, because I don't play that way. When I played sports, I don't care if we were losing by 20 buckets. You know, you play 21. I don't care if it was 20-0. I'm still fucking trying to win the game. I want a miracle. And when I'm cheering for my team, I'm the same fucking way. Don't infest me with that negative type thinking. I am going to always root for my team. And I know Phil's the same way and Shane's the same way.
Those rats never stood a chance. Bang, bang.
Fucking rats.
I just love this guy. I know. People joke like, oh, he's a doctor. If I fucking therapeutically got this guy to come to the positive like this, I'm fucking doing a great job. I'll tell you that.
That's my shrink.
Bill and I did have that conversation.
About?
I said, when did the fucking the SS Gandia take a fucking trip to Positivity Town?
I love this guy.
I don't know. It's Matt Nagy or what the fuck? I don't know, but that's the way I feel, and this is the way I want to feel to the day I die. When the fucking doctor comes in and says, you got 20 more minutes to live, I'm going to fucking... honey...
I'm not coming in telling you that shit.
Honey, lay on top of me. I'm going to fuck you for these last 20 minutes.
I would always ask. Dude, 25 minutes to live. What do you do?
What was that?
I would always ask my wife, I go, you got 25 minutes to live. What are you doing?
I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like that. Hell yeah.
Phil's mic breaks up when there's like background audio on it. That's weird. I don't know if it's his
mic.
Does it?
Yeah, talk some more. Yeah, I don't hear you at all. That is weird. I don't know if it's the Yeti or the connection or Trey Bizzy.
Last night.
Yeah, it happened last night. We had technical problems up to Yahoo last night on Bears Are Alive, so I apologize to all our listeners.
Could you hear Shane over the music? Go ahead.
All right, Shane.
Hey, how?
Perfectly.
You don't hear me at all.
In and out. Very bizarre. We'll play with it. We'll do a test recording tomorrow or whenever. All right. Let me bring in Trey Bizzy here, who is not only a man who is loved by women all over North America. He is a man who has inspired people to seek help when they're feeling down or they're feeling blue. And nobody needs to talk more to Trey Bizzy than the three of us after the Bears.
So true.
Monumental loss. I'm killing a little bit of time here because I see his microphone is still on mute. Unmute that microphone, Alec, if you're listening to us. If not, he's probably out there. Where's my sound effect of Trey taking a piss?
Trey Pissy.
There
Trey
he is,
Pissy.
Trey Pissy.
Trey Pissy. Hey,
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right. Just chilling. Had a few drinks, relaxing, enjoying my Tuesday.
Do you drink every day, Trey?
No, I don't have time to drink every day. I wish I did, though.
Fred Hoiberg's going to start, isn't he, Trey?
It don't seem like he got much else to do these days. Not like he got a job.
For those of you who don't know, Fred Hoiberg is the former Chicago Bulls coach who was thrown under a bus by Gar Forman and John Paxson because Jerry Reinsdorf would never, ever fire one of his executives. I guess because they know where all the bodies are buried or something. I don't know what the hell's going on with that organization, but it's pathetic. Trey, we're here to talk football.
Finally.
We're going to do a Bear Up, Bear Down segment. I did not tell you that we were going to do that segment. We are going to do Steak and Whiskey, which is Trey is going to present to us 3 or 4 or 5 keys for the Bears beating the Rams. So we'll do that later if you don't mind, Trey. And I'd love for you to participate in the Bear Up, Bear Down. You want to do it?
Oh, there's a lot of bear downs, man.
That's not the hard part, that's for sure.
How much time you got?
We got as much time as you need. All right, let's. I'm going to start with Draft Dr. Phil here and get his bear down player for the New York Giants Chicago Bears game from Sunday. What was that? December 1st, whatever it was. But the disappointing loss. I'm sure Phil's got a lot of players to present, but we just need one, Phil. Just one.
You only need one.
Yes.
Well, if someone would spell this word for me.
I like it when you go that deep voice. That's good.
That's my radio voice. Ready?
Very nice.
Someone tell me how to spell Charles Leno backwards. Because that's what he was doing all day.
Really?
He was going ass backwards.
Really?
And it was disappointing because here's a guy that's going for and Shane said this, so it was a great fucking point, obviously. I'm sure he'll agree with that. It was like, here's a guy worried more about the Pro Bowl than he is about solo blocking and run blocking. Now, the guy has played solid football, but this game is a game he's going to want to forget. Now, I'm going to attack the tape. I'm going to look at all of them, the good and the bad. Yeah. That's what I do on the tape, never lies.
Can't wait.
On the YouTube. So this week we have to focus in on the offensive line. Charles Leno, to me, I talked about Weitzman last night on BHL. So I got to talk about Leno. I just didn't see the passion to finish, the toughness, the technique, and the solid football player that he's supposed to be and has been. And I think when you put something like that on tape and you're making that kind of a decision, more so concerned, and he let up a sack or two with his stuff that he put out there, it's unfortunate. And I have to call him out because, like, every week when I call someone out, it seems like the next week, except Mike Burton, you fucking hoe. They come back and they play their asses off. And you're really going to need Charles Leno to play well and help out here. But Sunday is a game that he needs to forget and watch the tape all week to be better than what he did. So he is my bear down this week. Charles, hey-ho, Leno.
I'm a little surprised by that pick. I'll have to go back and look at tape myself. But you know what? I'm not even going to focus on that. I'm going to wait for your tape never lies because you're going to do the homework for me and everyone else. And by the way, congratulations on the tape never lies. That video series is getting more and more attention and more viewers. I mean, we're in the thousands, tens of thousands of people who are looking at that stuff, and it's a testament to not only your football knowledge, but your video production skills, and it's really, really very well done. You've come a long way from the time you used to point your camera at the really nice work. Excellent work.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much. I'm proud of it. I'm proud to put it up there. And, I'm always on Twitter. That's my focus. I'm starting to learn Instagram, but Shane shared with me, and I'm sorry, a bunch of you said it. You got to read these comments in the YouTube. You got to respond to it. Might have been Bobby. And the comments are so nice. Mm-hmm. And the fans appreciate it. And that's what we do here. And when you say it, I'm going to reach out to you and say thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because you know what? Not everybody fucking stops on the side of the road to help push a guy off the side when his car's stuck in the middle of the fucking road. Not everybody does that. And not everybody takes the time out to say thank you. Not everybody says that anybody and everybody could fucking troll and hate you. And that's fine. That's what this is about. I signed up for that. That's fine. But when someone does go out of their way, Aldo, like you are right now, thank you for your kindness, because that's what it means. It means a lot to me. So, Leno, hey-ho, and Tape Never Lies will show for show. How about that?
Well done. Alec Lifschultz III, a.k.a. Trey Bizzy, give me a bear down player. I know you said you had a lot of choices. All I need is just one.
I just wanted to say, like Phil said, man, I wish you were like maybe 10, 11 hours closer, because I'd have got your car started tonight if you lived that close.
I wish. I don't have my nephew's a mechanic, and he
could have went to AutoZone, picked up the battery, and threw that bitch in the night.
I know. I hope it's just the battery. It might be the alternator, and then
we could have did that too. I know how. Whatever it is, I know how to put that shit in there.
Oh, it's definitely the alternator. Trey.
Yeah, Shane's like I videotaped it, and I sent it to Shane and Joe.
Yeah, every light on his dashboard was blinking on and off.
It looked like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm singing a song for Bears Barroom to the instrumental tray at the light, and then I step on the fucking gas and it's not moving. I go, did I hit it into fucking neutral? No. It's an automatic. So I'm like, what the fuck? Turn it. Now it's going. It's going. Nothing's going. Then it starts blinking. It's flat. I'm going, what the fuck? Is it an alien ship? Is Magoo around?
my only issue with it being the alternator, though, Shane, is that from my experience, when it's the alternator, everything shuts off.
Yeah. Well,
there's no blinking at all. That shit just cuts everything off.
See, I've had it a couple of different times, and mine did the fucking Christmas tree thing, and then everything went off. But
like it's just dead. Like boom.
Yeah.
I wish the guy would have tried to jump it for you just to see if it was the battery. I wish he would have tried to jump it, but
we were right in the fucking middle, and everybody's fucking beeping at you. Like, what the fuck? I've been here for hours. Where am I going? This nice guy pushes me over. This is my luck. This is 100 proof. What the fuck? Guy fucking pulls over. Nice gentleman. Benton. Shout out to Benton and Ken at Hyundai. He's like, oh, this shit's a fucking alternator. That's what he said, too. Exactly like Shane. Later tonight, he's called me to let me know everything. I'm going to take care of it in the morning, but it looks like it's whatever. But Benton comes over, and this is my luck, Trey. It's the kind of night I'm at. I'm going to pick up Steph's birthday present. So I'm like hustling. I'm like, I'm singing the song. I'm going to get to the gym. I got it all planned.
He's getting her an alternator now.
Exactly. I'm fucking getting her an alternator.
Merry Christmas, baby.
This fucking nice gentleman, after this other dude pushes me over to the side, stops, gets out of the car. Christian guy, he's telling me, listen, not many people do this. I want to do this. He comes over, he brings the fucking portable jump starter. He turns it on. Fucking thing's dead. He's like, my wife fucking forgot to charge it. That's my luck. But he was so nice. I got to shout out Benton for thinking it was a great. I mean, he pulled over to the side. He's helping out. Poor guy. So, I'm sorry, Alec.
You know what, Phil? Did you ever like beat up a gypsy kid when you were young? Because you got some fucking bad luck or something. Somebody put a curse on you. You beat up some kid or something. They threw a hex on you, man.
He didn't even tell you about the toll fucking fine.
Oh my gosh!
My God!
You want to share that story?
I open up. I get home. Fucking there's this red fucking envelope. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Red envelopes are not good. Unless it's a Christmas card.
Like, fuck. Open it. It ain't a fucking Christmas card for the Gondiva. I'll tell you that. It was a penalty violation for fucking skipping out on toll fees.
Oh, man.
So Steph had addressed this. Our bank shows that we paid the tolls to New York going to the fucking Mott's picnic in the summer, remember?
Right.
So we paid the fucking tolls. Nope, they're not showing up. So, they had a glitch in it. Tells my wife, just send the fucking pictures. We'll take care of it. We send, Steph's flipping out tonight. I call up. I put on the thickest fucking New York accent. I go, hello? She's like, yeah. I go, listen, I got fucking tickets over here. I got these fucking tickets. I go, my wife is going through these fucking tolls. I don't know what the fuck she's doing. I'm blaming everything on Steph. She says she fucking pays. What are we doing over here? How am I getting fucking charged $200? How am I charged $200? She starts cracking up. Next thing, listen, just write a letter. Candace. Shout out to Candace. Just write a letter. Say, I need you to waive these fees. Pay the $17 that it is. I don't know how $200 more. And then, so I got that patched up before the night. So everything that could go, that was my night. It's my night. What else is going to happen?
Well, let's see. Trey could make it worse by picking a player that you liked.
I need Trey, though. I need Trey in my life here so he could be the guy could fucking fix a house.
Yeah.
He could do sheetrock. He could do anything.
He can give you therapy, too.
Exactly. He's more versatile than Tariq Cohen, and he knows how to get upfield.
Trey Bizzy, tell me about a player that you don't particularly like his performance on Sunday.
It kind of hurts to say it, man, because this is my boy, man.
Uh-oh.
This is my boy. Taylor Gabriel had a bad game on Sunday, man.
Oh, yeah.
He had a few key drops and that fumble that let them take that field goal late in the fourth to make it a 10-point lead.
Yep.
That was very uncharacteristic of him. I don't expect him to have a game like that again, but unfortunately, that game he literally dropped a few passes, man, that were just bad. And I'm not even talking about overtime. Fuck that fourth down pass. That was kind of like that was like iffy. But he had a couple that hit him in his hands. He dropped. I was like, come on, man. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what? No. Also, in the first quarter, with about 7 minutes to go, he is wide open. And Daniel throws it exactly at where the safety is. I think it was Landon Collins that hits him in the hands.
Oh, my God.
And he drops, and I'm thinking to myself, holy shit, that was one of two passes that were a short touchdown. And
He was wide open, Aldo.
I don't want to make excuses for players.
I'm like, where did the fucking ball go?
He had the DB beat by like 6 yards.
Yes.
Oh my God. I'm like, here we go. And I'm like, what the fuck? That happened twice in that game.
Gabriel had to slow down and turn around and see where the ball was.
Right.
He's like, I'm open.
All right.
The pick to Cohen, he's wide open and he doesn't put air under the fucking football.
Right. But, that play to Gabriel, I'm one of those guys who believes that he makes a good pass to Gabriel. Gabriel catches that, goes on to score a touchdown. All of a sudden, I truly believe that Gabriel then goes on to have a sensational game. He doesn't fumble.
Mental game.
Exactly.
It's a mental. You're so right, Aldo. It's a mental fucking game. All these fucking Zaglinskis of the world that fucking quit at 4 minutes to go. How about Andrew Danahy? Remember, what was his dumbest tweet of the week a few weeks ago? He's like, this team is not a playoff team. In the first fucking quarter of a game, the Bears come back and win. This is the kind of shit that you fucking defend like sheep.
Oh, my God.
Because Shane and I and Alec and fucking... I never call him Alec. It doesn't even feel comfortable.
Can y'all stop calling me Alec, man? For the love of
Trey.
God. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah, when you first said that, I'm like, who the fuck
I'm like,
is
who the
Alec?
fuck is Alec? Exactly.
Stop, man.
I
Stop.
read it in the corner.
Why'd you get that white? Who gave you that white guy's name, Alec?
I'm named after my father, and we're named after my grandpa. That's why.
That's why you're Trey, right?
Yeah,
Number
Trey.
3?
That's what Trey comes into play at.
I see.
Oh, the Trey.
Yeah, just stop with the Alec thing, man.
Oh, we're gonna have to have a show where we just call each other by our middle names.
Anthony.
How bad is yours? Is what's your middle name, Trey?
I don't have a middle name. My grandpa didn't have one. I'm named after him. So
So we don't have to call him anything.
What
about you, Aldo?
Up the fucking nickname for him.
My middle name is Ray.
Ray?
Yeah.
Of course it is.
R-A-Y. Ray.
Okay, mine's the worst one here.
Which one? What is it?
Lawrence.
only faggots and sailors' names are Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
You should not have told us that.
No, I was supposed to be David after my father, but I was actually born on my grandfather's birthday, and he was Lawrence. Yeah,
that's like a middle-aged, overweight black man's name.
Yeah, Lawrence. Lunch with Larry.
If you could have any name, if you could have any name in the world, what would you name yourself? Go ahead, Shane. What would you name yourself first?
If I could pick any name?
Yeah, for yourself.
That is fucking the hardest question.
Really? I already got mine.
Name or middle name?
No, first name. The name.
Well, if I could do it right now, like and this will probably surprise Phil because I'm such a huge Bears fan, but growing up, I mean, there was nobody bigger in my life than Jordan.
Oh,
so
nice.
Yeah, so I would probably default to that.
And that's a great first name, Jordan Marsaw. That would be cool. What about you, Phil?
It's a hard question. But I'll say
Leotoshin.
Balls deep. Balls deep.
Balls deep. Oh.
You got to turn that gain down, dude. You're rattling the fucking rap.
You're leaning in. That's why, yeah.
Okay. I'm coming back. I lean back. How about this?
Did you hear I finally graduated?
Yeah, in just a shade under a decade, too. All right.
You know, a lot of people go to college for 7 years.
I know. They're called doctors.
I just had anyway, that's me. I've been 7 years on this fucking show. Let me think. I think I would go with Tate, my son's name, because when I was in 3rd grade, I told my mother, true story, I'm going to name my son Tate. Something about that name is so athletic. And then the Bears had this guy, David Tate. Mm-hmm. And I just love that name. So I'll go with Tate Atoshin.
What about you, Trey?
You know what? I to be honest with you, to be completely honest, I wouldn't change my name just for the simple fact that what it stands for. I'm pretty satisfied with it. Plus, it's unique. It's not a lot of
Just
people
don't
with that
call
name.
him. Just don't call him Alec.
Don't call me that shit, but I love it.
Well, yeah, I mean, because it's more of a depending on what you know me as. 'Cause I've known you guys. You guys always call me Trey. Don't fucking start calling me Alec now. You see what I'm saying? Like you always call me Alec. And you
I
call me
got
Alec.
you.
If you always call me Trey, then call me Trey.
Trey always uses Phil's favorite name on Friday night when he's got the ladies over. He says, "Hey, how's my dictate?"
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a weird thing, man. Like even like my mom doesn't call me my first name. My first name is for people that don't really know me like that. It's like I feel like that's a work thing with that.
Do you have a name that you would want?
I can't really think.
You're
of
not dishonoring anybody.
I can't think of nothing.
Give me a middle name then. Can you think of a middle name?
What the hell would go between?
Yeah, we need.
I want to.
Alec Dante Lifschultz.
Oh, that's
Dante.
Nice.
I love that name, Dante. Remember Dante Jones?
Yeah.
I guess.
No, you're not feeling it?
I don't know, man.
All right, Shane, you give him a middle name. He has to pick one of our three.
So we're going with Alec? Are we going with Alec or are we going with Trey?
No, we're going Alec. Alec blank Lifschultz the third. I got Alec Dante Lifschultz the third.
So can you go like a continuation and make his middle name Xander?
What the fuck?
Alexander Lifschultz?
Alexander. Oh, I get it. Sure.
I got it.
Like Xander.
Actually, what about Alec Matt Miller's a cunt Lifschultz?
That seems pretty accurate though.
Yeah.
I like the Xander. What do you got, Aldo?
I got Mandingo. Alec Mandingo.
Mandingo.
What do you think? Did you ever see that movie Mandingo?
Yeah.
Oh, Ken Norton.
Man.
Man, I have not seen it since I saw it in the Oriental Theater back in the 1970s. And the only thing that I remember, he played a slave. And the only thing I remember from the movie is him fucking the white chick who was his master and his ass pumping while he's on top of her. I was like, that image has been indelible in my mind since I was a 14-year-old kid and I saw that movie.
He still sees it.
Yeah, I saw a movie like that. There was a fucking white asshole fucking a guy named Captain Hugs that way.
What in the hell is going on right now?
Oh, wait. You're not on the same page?
This beyond me.
I'll fill you in after the show.
All those talking about people's asses being there.
What can I say?
He'll fill you in.
Yeah.
This just went off the rails quick, didn't it?
No, I think it went off the rails like 14 years ago.
Yeah.
One quick thing, though. We were talking about it last night. I'd love to hear Trey and Shane, me and Aldo and Buffon and Joe. We're talking about when you were a kid back in the day. You had the cable, and then you had the staticky, like either porn or Cinemax. And I remember being a kid and being like, either I would creep in to be able to get a peek of my parents watching HBO so I could see some titties. Or if I was alone and you had that squiggly channel, but if you put the fucking, the cable box a certain way on that fucking thing, you would get it to clear up just enough for you to go to work.
You wild, man.
It's been an 100.
Trey, you never had a cable box that gave you access to some of the porn channels, just like really out of frequency, but you get it to a certain stage.
As a kid?
Yeah, as a kid. We're talking as a kid.
No. Well, what was the cutoff for as a kid?
Well, any age. I mean, are you still doing it now? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, no. What I'm trying to say now is when porn, remember LimeWire? The
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was a big Lime head.
Yeah, you could download fucking porn off that damn thing, man. It's fucking epic.
Really?
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
I got songs from that shit.
I think I gave a couple computers AIDS from like fucking download all the viruses that came with that fucking shit.
Yeah, that's true.
You got all kind of viruses, but it was worth it, man.
Xander, you so crazy.
Xander.
What the fuck were you watching? Some gay porn? AIDS is...
Well, no, because you know LimeWire ruins computers. You're downloading hella fucking shit.
Never heard of it.
You never heard LimeWire?
Oh, really?
No.
So
wow.
before Apple Music, before Spotify, before all this shit we have now, we used to get free music from LimeWire. It was file sharing, which is obviously a crime. So, but like everybody used to fucking download hella music, hella whatever you want, movies, whatever you want from LimeWire because people put it on there for you to download freely. And obviously you brought in viruses with that shit.
I bet.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers have always got to glitch it. Fucking share it and be cool. Pass the fucking peace pipe and let everybody fucking download whatever song you have on your fucking computer. You can take my song, any song.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
No?
No, I think the artists should be paid for their work.
No, they already are.
How?
Well, you get in.
This is back when people had to buy CDs. This is before that whole.
Exactly. That was me. I would be at the record store every Friday after my paycheck. I was buying records and CDs, cassettes and CDs.
Guy. Back with cassettes, I was there every week to get the new hip hop album, whatever it was. And sometimes I didn't even know who the fucking artist was. If it was new, like that's how I discovered the Ghetto Boys in Texas.
Yeah, oh my god! Don't you remember unwrapping the label and reading all the shit on the inside of the cassette tape and all that shit?
Yeah.
That was like the best part of it.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Loved.
All right, let's get back to Bear Up, Bear Down because
let's get
this
back.
is going to be a 5-hour show.
Real quick, Shane, go around the room. The movie Porky's, was that a bear up or bear down?
Bear up.
Hell yeah.
Mrs. Ballbreaker?
That's what I was sneaking in because my parents were watching it on HBO, and that was like a rated R movie, but that was like now it'd be like rated double R, right?
So we were in Florida when we were all little. My grandparents had a place down there, and we went. It was my mom and my dad and my two older sisters. My mom went someplace, and my dad took. At the time, I was like 5, maybe. So my sisters were like, I don't know what, 10 and 12, and my dad took all 3 of us kids to the movies.
Shut the fuck up.
And we came back, and grandfather's like, what did you see? And I'm like, Daddy took us, we saw Porky's. He took all 3 of us kids, yeah. And we went and saw Porky's. He's like,
you saw Porky?
Yeah. Yeah.
At 5.
Yeah, what year? I know.
Holy shit. It's in the 80s.
Yeah, so, well, maybe I was a little bit older than that, because, I mean, I would have been 5 in 81.
It might have been 81 or 82.
What year was that, Aldo? You got that?
Aldo,
yeah, I'm looking at it is 19. Where the hell are you? 81.
Yeah. 82. So I knew I was young, but my dad took me and my 2 sisters, who were all under 13, to go see Porky's while my mom was like shopping someplace.
There was just like titties every other scene.
Yeah. You know why they call me Meat?
That's Mitch Trubisky's favorite fucking movie.
Yeah, Kissing Titties.
That's right. And those millennials, go check out Porky's.
You ever see the movie, Trey?
Hell no, he didn't. I could tell.
I was a shorty, man. Can you guys send me that on LimeWire? Send me. Yeah. I'll share that with me so I can check that out.
Shit, you could probably watch the whole thing on YouTube someplace.
Yeah, it's got to be somewhere.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
I'm going to watch it this week.
Did you know that Howard Stern bought the rights to that to remake it?
But he never did.
Shut the fuck up.
He did. No, I'm not bullshitting.
He's going to do it?
That he was, I mean, this was a while ago that they talked about it, but they had done a couple different, rewrites of it or whatever. But man, that'd be fucking great. Oh my god,
that fucking movie was so funny.
Here's the preview. Guy running down the street naked. Cops telling to pull over.
But what they'd like to get into most is a place called Porky's.
I left my idea. Here, use this one. That's my Bible school card.
Unfortunately, we can only show you the outside of Porky's. Because what goes on inside is not to be believed.
Boy, the locker rooms.
A lot of titties.
Shane's dad brought him up in there. That's my kind of dad. He's like, let's go, son. Unfortunately, his sisters are like, this is what you strive to be.
Doesn't Mrs. Ballbreaker call it a tallywhacker? I can point out that tallywhacker anywhere or something.
God.
Isn't that what she says when they stick the dick through the wall?
Don't give away. Don't spoil anything. These millennials.
I need to see that. That movie needs to be redone like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun.
I'm going to talk to Mike North's producer. All right, Shane, who do you got as your bear down player? And then we'll tackle the bear ups.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I'm going to stay on the offensive line. I mean, we talked about it earlier. Witzman, I mean, at this point, I honestly don't know if he's a CFL talent, and we're talking about he's starting at offensive guard on an 8-4 team. You go back and you don't even need to have the all 22 of him. I mean, just watch the TV copy, the broadcast, and I mean the strength at the point of attack is non-existent. I have no idea how he's been in the NFL around so many teams for as long as he has been, when, I mean, it's just the strength is not there. He goes backwards every single time. And I mean, he's how when you kind of like bend forward at the waist, he's always doing that, but he's doing it backwards because he's getting pushed back. And I mean, I know Barksdale got released by the Chargers. I don't know. Somebody said that there's maybe some mental issues there with him, but hopefully today they had a steady stream of capable offensive guards / offensive tackles coming into Hallis Hall, because it's going to be a problem. I mean, if we get into the playoffs and this guy, if Kyle Long can't come back week 17, and if this guy is your starting guard, it's going to be a huge problem.
It's going to be a huge problem Sunday when.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's scary to think about. Yeah.
Cars Keys in today's podcast that's out. He said that that 3 sacks were all on Witzman, and that is just a testament to just how putrid the guy is as a player. All right, let's turn our attention to the Bear Up players, and again we start with Draft Dr. Phil.
I'm gonna go with Akeem Hicks, like I did on BHL. The guy has just a different gear when it comes to his leadership. And I think when you look at what Khalil Mack brings to the table, you have this kind of spark plug next to him. He just wears his emotion on his sleeve, and it's contagious. And just to see this kind of giant body be so, Buffon said it, we've said it 100 times, it's a sin. It's a football sin that he's not recognized around the league for his years past, let alone this season when you're winning, where he is being looked at. You watch that, unfortunately, I think there's a blown coverage, clearly, obviously. You don't let, what's his name? Beckham, but I want to call him. What's his name? What's the singer? What's the singer's name? Justin Bieber's boyfriend. That's what I wanted to. You don't let Justin Bieber's boyfriend break open into the fucking back of the end zone without a blown coverage. That's man coverage based on where I'm looking at Amukamura going. But anyway, in that whole series. Watch the pride. Watch the fucking athleticism and twitchiness of Akeem Hicks on the goal line, and how well we talk about cohesiveness with the offensive line. But him and Eddie Goldman and Mack, these guys are firing off the ball to get, they're setting the tone for the team. They really are. And this guy is one of them. And he had a sack. I mean, when Akeem wants to dominate, he can just absolutely dominate. So it's important to get that kind of energy out of him. I thought he played a great game while I watched it at the stadium, watching the short cut up. I thought he played a great game, and then I'm sure when I watched the all 22. I mean, I want to be able to promote guys like that, but I think this week I have to go on the offensive line. But this guy deserves my bear up. Akeem Hicks, bear up, Aldo.
I don't know why I'm playing that music again. But I love it. That's probably why. All right, Trey, who is your bear up player?
Well, why you cut the song off, man? What the fuck? No, I'm kidding.
All right. I'll play it on.
I'm not gonna go with the obvious guy because it's a very obvious who the best player for the Bears was on the team on Sunday. So I'm gonna go with the guy that wasn't that obvious. I'm gonna go with Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson made plays.
Love that choice.
I actually have him number 2.
He made plays that we needed when he was called upon. Early on in the game, a couple throws from Chase was kind of like helped the DBs out a little bit. They were kind of a little bit behind them on a couple slants on third downs, but he made plays like when he snatched the ball over BW's Webb's head. I haven't seen a catch like that. That's more impressive than a one-handed catch to me. That was fucking nuts.
That was nice.
And that play, even in overtime, it was a 4th down in overtime. It was like he threw the football. He had like three fucking Giants players around him. He still caught the football and got the first down. It was nuts, man. The toe drag swag on the sideline. That guy, man, dude, like his body control for someone
that was just phenomenal. Insane. Oh my God.
For someone that size, man.
Yeah.
The Giant fans in front of him, no fucking way. I go, hell fucking yeah.
You couldn't fit a blade of grass in between his big toe and the sideline. I mean, that's how he dotted that eye, man. It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
That was special, man.
I think that's a great pick. To me, this guy, Allen Robinson, shows that come big-time games, late in the season, in December, and in the playoffs, this guy's going to come up with big catches for this Chicago Bears team. He is a guy that on a critical play, you can trust that he's going to, if you throw him a halfway decent pass, he's going to come up with that ball. And I love the fact that he's on this roster. And little note to Mike North, he's going to be making those kind of catches when Jordy Nelson is in his rocking chair.
He's 20. He just turned 25 years old.
Yes, and that's what Mike has failed to realize. I understand Mike's point. The guy has been injury prone, and he's had some issues with that. But hell, the whole disagreement with Shane and Phil that Mike had was that Allen Robinson, is not going to be as good as Jordy Nelson. Well, guess what? He is as good as Jordy Nelson now and will be better than Jordy Nelson next year. And the following year after that, Jordy Nelson won't be in the league, and Allen Robinson will be making big catches for the Chicago Bears. All right, Shane, who's your Bear Up player?
Hold on. You got to hear this.
Okay. It's innuendo. Well, I'm not a dumb motherfucker, but okay. Coming down in 3, 2, and 1. Who's ready to rock out with their cock out? This is Bears Up and Bears Down.
Nice.
There you go.
That's what I like. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Literal himself, Dan Aguirre.
Dan Aguirre.
You gotta love.
He is a special addition to our production team, Dan Aguirre.
Yeah, we forgot to open That's why I wanted to put that'll remind that's the only way it will remind Aldo to go, oh yeah, motherfucker, I gotta put that shit in there.
I am a very forgetful person. Shane, who do you got?
So yeah, I mean, Trey kind of talked about it. I'm not gonna give it to I'm not gonna give it to Tariq Cohen. You know, he put up the big eye-popping numbers, but he's still got a lot to, he's still got a lot to work on that's still driving me crazy. So I can't go there. I'm going to go back to a guy that made one huge play that nobody has talked about. What's that? You screaming at me?
I think you got the same guy in mind that I have. Let's see. Go ahead.
Number 23.
No, I'm not going with Fuller either.
Oh.
I'm going back to Mr. Franchise on defense, Khalil Mack.
Oh.
That sack when he broke free to knock Eli to knock them out of field goal range, that's why you pay a guy like Khalil Mack right there. Everybody's heard the phrase, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. That's it right there. I mean, that is we saw how the game ended up. There was a legit shot. We didn't even get to overtime if he doesn't get through there and make that play. I mean, they were in field goal range. Mac knocked them out on that one play, and that's exactly the type of play that you want to see from a guy like that can affect the game. And, I don't think he played a perfect game, but that one play in itself right there just stood out to me so much. And I'm like, when I saw that happen, I'm like, that's exactly why Ryan Pace brought that guy here, because you have to rely on your big time talent in those big spots. And he came through there.
Great pick, but
great pick.
I had somebody that's slightly different, and I don't think he had such a huge game that he deserves mention from you guys, but he deserves, I think, an honorable mention, and that is Adam Shaheen. I am so happy that this guy is back on the roster. He's had 2 passes thrown at him this season, and both of them have resulted in points. One, a 2-point conversion, and on Sunday, a touchdown pass. Plus, in addition to that, the guy can block, something that Deion Sims has forgotten to do since he was traded to the Chicago Bears. He had an excellent day blocking at the tight end position, and I think that he is just getting warmed up. And come the coming games against LA and critical games in December, this guy is going to be a key fucking player for these Chicago Bears. Adam Shaheen, keep an eye on him because he's a special dude. And going back to Bear down players, what the fuck is going on with Trey Burton?
He's non-existent. Phil and I talked about it. I mean, there's a certain point where you can, if you go to the coach's tape, you can see where Burton is making his impact, even though he's not catching balls because he's dictating coverage. But at some point, I mean, come on. He's been non-existent for what, 3 consecutive games now? Or are we into a 4th? And I mean, this is a guy that I picked to lead the Bears in receptions by a pretty comfortable margin. Going after the season's over, and it's I don't know if that's a direct result of the backup quarterback being in there, and then do we expect that he should have had a big game versus the Giants.
Yes.
I mean, you saw Landon Collins.
Yeah, but is this a Chase Daniel issue when it comes to
No, because it started even before Chase.
Yeah, it did. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why I said
Minnesota. You're saying.
Yeah. And
yeah,
Trey,
but Minnesota, they went out of their way.
He had a bad game against Detroit, though, last week. He had a bad game.
yes.
terrible.
That was a terrible game. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the quarterback's fault for his mistakes against Detroit. And Trey and I saw him at Bourbonnais, and Trey and I were like, this motherfucker's going to be awesome this year.
Man, he was nice.
Man, but
Well, see, that's the thing.
Nice. He's been nice. He's always open.
He's never been the guy.
Right.
And I said, you hear, I know it sounds kind of weird when you're talking about a guy that's been in the league for 4 or 5 years about hitting a wall, but you have to wonder if some of that isn't coming into play here because he's not used to being out there all the time. I mean, in Philadelphia, he wasn't the number 1 tight end. He wasn't the number 2 tight end. He was the number 3 guy. And now he's coming to Chicago.
They were stacked in Philly, though, man.
Oh, yeah.
Tight end wise, they were pretty stacked.
And, at the end of the day, he's still young in his progression as a tight end, too, because, I mean, this guy was a quarterback. Mm-hmm. Trey Burton was. He was playing all over the place. But, no, he's been a huge disappointment to me. I mean, this is one of the guys, along with Allen Robinson, that I was so excited about this offseason. And to your point, Aldo, talking about Adam Shaheen coming back, this is a guy that, he's got to take that next step if the Bears are going to kick this door in and get to the playoffs. He's going to have to be the guy that's going to go out and get you, 7 catches for 102 yards and 2 scores. It can't just be on shovel passes. You got to see him. You saw him on that seam route versus Detroit. He was open. They just didn't get him the ball there. Yeah. But then when they did get him the ball, you saw it get punched out, just like Trey was talking about with Turbo. Mm-hmm. So these are just little things. I think maybe he can be a safety net for Mitch. So hopefully, with a team like the Rams that are going to attack, and he's a guy that even if you dump it off short, he can break free. He's got that wiggle where he can get through. And, with a cold game and guys don't want to come up and make those hits, maybe that is a guy that breaks free, but he's got to step up.
Big time. All right, listen here.
I'm about to go all 5 years up in this bitch.
Bears ball. 100 proof. Steak and whiskey. The Bears ballroom vibe just hits me. Steak and whiskey. That Bears ballroom vibe just hits me. Steak and whiskey. That Bears ballroom vibe just hits me. Steak and whiskey. That Bears ballroom vibe just hits me. Who needs pussy? That Bears ballroom vibe just hits me. Who needs pussy? Come on, Barflies. They need Bears, they know they do. They need pussy. The Bears ballroom vibe just hits me.
Every time we mention the name, women all over the world are getting their pussies wet, their nipples hard, and their lips in oval positions. Jesus. I deserve to go to
Trey.
What are we doing today, Trey? You're giving us what? Top 5, top 3 things that the Rams need to do?
There's a lot of things we got to do on Sunday. There's a lot of things we got to do. That offense, that team, they're like a well-oiled machine, man. Man.
Take us through a few of them, starting with your number 1 thing the Bears need to do.
The number 1 thing that needs to happen is Mitch Trubisky has to have the best game of this season on Sunday to beat that team. Offensively, they're so – I mean, we saw what happened with the Chiefs when they played the Chiefs. They just – offensively, they were unstoppable. So Trubisky has to have the offense on all cylinders, man. We saw mistakes Chase made on Sunday. Wide receivers are wide open. They're going to get open. Mitch has to hit those throws, man. He has to have like one of those Tampa Bay games on Sunday, to be honest with you. That's number 1.
Trey, stop right there because I totally agree with you. I'm concerned that, we don't know for sure if he's going to play, but everything looks like it. He is going to play, but all those mechanic issues that have plagued them, through certain games this season, he can't have any of those on Sunday night. He has to be accurate with his passes and make everything count. And so I am totally with you on that number 1 thing that the Bears need to do in order to win against the Rams. Trubisky needs to play mistake-free, effective football. Totally with you, bro.
That's all it is to it for a quarterback, man. I mean, we've been going for 2 weeks, and one thing that really stuck out to me about Sunday's loss to Giants, Trubisky was fucking pissed on that sideline.
Yeah,
he was pissed. That dude was like he wanted to punch somebody, man.
Hey, Trey, let me ask you, you think at the end of the game, you think Trubisky's laying those balls into Cohen like like Daniel did. That was a legit thought that I had. I'm like, Mitch has had some problems with his deep balls. Is he putting those balls on Tariq Cohen? It's not a very big target there, but those were. Chase got fucking throttled on that one.
I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have been in a position to need to make those throws if Trey Bizzy would have played.
Great point.
His pocket presence is 1,000 times better than fucking Chase Daniel.
Oh yeah.
Chase Daniel makes people question the Bears' offensive line. That's how bad his pocket presence. He would stand there and get fucking hit. And when he does start running around, when the pocket starts, failing, he doesn't go anywhere. It looks like he's running with a fucking trailer hitched to his ass.
It is true. Yeah, he's not running
Shane,
with purpose.
I don't think people realize Mitch is dropping dimes in the Tampa game on the same kind of routes.
Yeah.
This guy was able to hit these things. I think this came up on BHL. Yeah, I think Mitch hits those balls.
Oh, I do too. I do too.
Yeah. The Lions game. Fuck. I mean, the Lions game at home. Come on, man.
Yeah, he was fucking dropping dimes on the wheel route, the out and up. The kid is the franchise. Like, he proved that to me in the Miami game. Think about how piss poor your defense played in that game. And this fucking kid is willing a victory single-handedly. So, yeah, the fact I didn't get to see Mitch on the sideline, as Trey's saying, but now I'm even more excited.
Oh, he was locked in, man. Well,
he looked like he wanted to steal on Matt Nagy for not letting him play.
Yeah. He should have played, in my mind. I know, Shane. It's like you're not a dog. You don't know.
No,
but
it's not that. We just don't know what the things. I mean,
exactly.
You can say that he should have played. We don't. That's
that's
nothing but a guess. Yeah.
This coach, in my opinion, was being conservative.
Yeah. No, I would agree.
One more week of rest on you. I've been around coaches like that because he's trying to look at that's fine. I thought this was a fucking must-win. Get back. You had fucking 10 days off. Get him out there. Let him fucking play the game and play it like he knows how to. Well, now we're in playoff football now.
I think it's a question that's going to need to be answered, especially this offseason when you're talking about self-scouting, because both times our regular bye and then our little mini bye here, the Bears have really come out flat. Yes, it's with a backup quarterback this time, but
you're right.
Even the defense. So, I mean, I think that's an issue where the Bears are going to have to, Nagy's going to have to be like, what am I doing that I shouldn't be doing, or what am I not doing that I should be doing? So I think Mitch makes those throws too, but at the time I'm
it's a fair question.
Yeah, Chase got fucking obliterated a couple of those throws, but Trey put it perfectly too. He does when he's got to buy time. He's not He's not looking to bail to get.
Motherfuckers were open that game, man.
They were.
Anthony Miller was streaking down the middle, man. I was like, oh my God, throw the fucking football.
And it wasn't even that.
He missed two big, huge plays. I was there. Just wide open runs. And one was Trey Burton, too.
Yeah, he missed Cohen in the flat a couple of times that was uncovered. But he was just holding on to the ball too long.
Yeah. The thing about Mitch Trubisky that, the tape doesn't lie, like the series, is he is so dangerously athletic with the football in his hand that he makes people concerned about everything on every inch of the football field you have to defend. So people, and this isn't a direct comparison, but Michael Vick made people concerned. Well, Mitch is a better passer than Michael Vick was. So that kind of athlete threatening up the field. I mean, I'm not hyping this up. You just pop in the Miami game, pop in the Jets game.
The Patriots game is the one.
Pop in the Patriots game. This is Steve Young. It's just a clone of him. watching him so that losing that kind of threat was just a smack in the fucking blogger's face, because it's just running the football at the quarterback and getting that 3rd and 6, drops back, it's not there, he takes off and breaks it for 17. That not only gives you 17, it also breaks the back of the fucking defense. Like, fuck.
And that's why I said what I said, Phil, about us not even needing to hit Tariq later on in the game. Mitch we'd have probably been up by like 2 or 3 touchdowns at that point.
I guarantee you win that game by 2 touchdowns with Mitch Trubisky. Like Buffon said, I don't know if we could say it, but I think we win. I go, no, we would have won that game with Mitch. It was very evident. I mean, the pick 6 to start the game alone.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
God, you can't even do it. You can't even make it up.
And even then, Mitch would have still caught that motherfucker if he threw the interception. Mitch would have caught his ass.
Yeah, really.
Pussy, pussy, pussy. Can't you see?
Pussy. All right. What is point number 2, Trey Bizzy, that you have for us?
Since I've been like looking at running backs coming out of college, I've never graded a running back higher than Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley to me is a complete running back in every aspect of the game. Whenever he gets the football in his hands, he's a touchdown. No matter how he gets it, no matter how you give him the football, he's a touchdown. I'm fucking terrified of him. I'm really scared. Saquon is a hell of a player. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people love him. Todd Gurley is better than Saquon Barkley.
Fuck. Shit.
So to go from Saquon, seeing how he did to us in the second half, to knowing that now we got to play against Todd, that's scary, man. Fangio better be on his shit, man, for sure. So Todd Gurley needs to be contained. That's the second thing.
Matt Carstenson's latest podcast talks about the same thing. He is concerned, just like you said, Trey, that what we have seen from the Bears' run defense in the last few games, when we saw LeGarrette Blount of the Detroit Lions in the second half run through the Bears' run defense, and what we saw Saquon Barkley, there's a problem with this Bears' run defense, especially in the second half when they get tired. So we have to be really super concerned about Todd Gurley, and I hope Vic Fangio is doing something miraculous to stop Gurley, because he single-handedly can beat the Chicago Bears. We don't have to worry about Goff, because I think Goff is going to have the similar type game that he did against Denver when he only threw for 200 yards and no touchdowns. The problem is going to be Mr. Gurley. I'm totally with you there, bro. All right. Well, no comments.
I'm with him too. You got to stop the run. You got to stop Gurley. Guy's a game breaker.
It's ridiculous.
You got a number 3 for us, Mr. Bizzy?
Actually, I do have a huge number 3 for us. It's going to be cold outside. It's going to be Sunday night. Probably be windy off the shores of Lake Michigan. It's time, man. They got them going in the first half. Yes, on Sunday. Get them going for the whole game. It's time for Jordan Howard to get the fucking football. I mean, he got going against the fucking Giants. I don't know why he went away from him. Getting the run game going with him is going to keep the football away from the Rams offensively. We have to control the time possession with Jordan Howard. That way, defense gets the rest, and we could, kill the clock. Like, keep the ball away from Gurley, man, for sure. So Jordan Howard needs to have a game. He's number 3 for sure.
Totally with it. Whoa. Nice.
Whoa.
What the hell happened there? Woo. Testing 1, 2. How the hell did that happen?
You're a private dancer.
What is this, Bruce Almighty?
Dancing for money. Do what you want, tell her to do.
That is weird.
He is echoing like the Wizard of Oz.
I turned it completely
Who
off.
disturbs my slumber? Say
Testing
it.
1, 2. Testing. Is this still on? The echo?
Yeah.
Right? Why is that happening?
Who disturbs my slumber?
Testing 1 2. Testing. No, it's off.
There you go. There you go. Now it's off.
Testing.
What was
1
that?
2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. It's my. For some reason, some shit is going on here. Fuck.
It's my life.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
I won't never.
I think that's
Phil,
What song is that?
we gotta get Phil like a fucking thing that he wears on his chest that he can't lean forward too far into his mic.
Why is it so?
Blow our ears up.
Does it come? It comes hard.
That doesn't sound gay at all.
There's a new drop.
You'll be really, really good, and then you start to get animated, and you get closer and closer.
Yeah,
to
I was
your
doing
mic.
that last night. I got to get used to this new mic.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Can you send that baby back? Because I don't think it's working for you.
Oh boy.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I don't. I'm gonna work it out.
Okay. Yeah, I think you got to play around with the gain on that fucker. Find the right settings.
Let me lower the gain. How about if I lean in like this and lower it?
Oh yeah. That's sexy?
Is that all right? Right there, Shane?
Well, you're not screaming like a fucking idiot.
Yo. Is that loud?
No, that was perfect.
That was better than it has been.
All right, I turned the gain all the way down, so now I could stay right here and talk like Aldo does.
Check the alternator on that fucker.
Trey, take a look at under the hood of that Yeti.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Trey, you got a number 4 for us?
Of course I do, man.
Damn, this guy.
Of course I do. Hey, I gotta bring the heat, man.
Yeah,
for sure. I don't know what the fuck Harry Houston, Mark Helfrich, Matt Nagy, whoever the fuck. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do about Aaron Donald.
This guy's reading my mind.
Which man is gonna line up against him? And Mitch, I pray to God, bro, like this. I don't know what the fuck. We got to do some quick passes or something. Tariq, something like I said, run the football because Aaron Donald is gonna be in that backfield just as much as Jordan Howard is if Witzman's lined up against him.
Mm-hmm.
So
dude's got what 16.5 sacks. Is that what it is?
From defensive tackle position, man.
Yeah.
God damn.
That's why.
How many did
that's why I wanted
John Randall have in a season? Sorry, go ahead.
He was up there. But
He's going after Strahan's record. Fuck John Randall.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. This is
He
the
could
new
break it
NFL.
in this game.
The sack masters are coming from the defensive tackle position, which is why some really smart guy from Bears Barroom was preaching for Quentin Nelson to be drafted and for the Bears to improve their guards and middle of the line play because that's what the new NFL is offering. It's guys like Aaron Donald. It's these outside blitzers coming up the middle and so forth. That's what you have to be worried about. And right now, that's the biggest weakness for the Bears. And the only thing the Bears can fucking do is either Mike Burton is going to have to pick up Aaron Donald and help Witzman, or maybe the best blocker right now.
Mike Burton. Mike fucking Burton.
I know, that's fucking...
Wait, hold up.
Aldo,
if we have to depend on Mike Burton for anything, we're fucked.
We're fucked.
Aldo, did you know that Aaron Donald had 3.5 sacks against the Colts this year?
Yeah, well, he wasn't on Quentin Nelson, though.
He wasn't?
He was on the other side. Check the book.
They didn't play the Colts.
But Adam Shaheen is going to have to help Witzman too. I mean, there's no way to get around the fact that the Bears are going to have to max protect for almost half of their...
you're going to have to put Mitch on the move a lot.
There you go, too. Yeah,
that's fine with me.
You're gonna have to, the way you're going to have to do it...
Quick game.
Is quick game, exactly. Run right at him, and you're going to have to double team him with Cody Whitehair. Wherever he is, it's Whitehair, not Witzman. It's Whitehair with Witzman. So now you have an arm and a half.
What?
Because Witzman sucks.
Arm and a quarter.
What I can't say, though,
arm and a quarter.
I've been very satisfied. I was going to go with James Daniels as my Bears up, man, but That guy, I mean, that's where Quentin Nelson will be at. Although, I mean, he hasn't been bad. James Daniels has shown progression.
Yes, he has.
As a starter. So
Exactly.
I'm more satisfied with him. Hell,
I still take Darius Leonard and Quentin Nelson over Roquan Smith and James Daniels.
But I was smoking fucking reefer.
Man, clearly.
I'm starting to help with drops now. Aldo's pissed there. Motherfucker, stop.
I don't care. Go ahead and ruin the show. I'm not just kidding.
That was slick. That was slick.
All right. You got a number 5 for us, Trey.
Do I have a number 5? Yes, I do. Our wide receivers can't drop any fucking footballs, man. If the ball hits you in your hand, because we're going to need to, like I said, we're going to need to keep up with this offense. If Jordan Howard isn't working out, obviously we're going to go down the field. And when we're going down the field against the Rams, who I believe is the number 1 offense in the NFL, you're going to have to keep up with those guys, man. You got to make those catches. They hit you in your hand, you can't drop them, man. That shit that happened on Sunday, Taylor Gabriel, you got to let that shit go. We got to move on to the next game because we got to keep up with this team.
I am with you there. I mean, you got to play a flawless game against such a good team,
man.
Like the Rams, you really do. And
what was Aldo's ranking when we ranked the Rams game?
-4.
I don't remember this whole ranking thing. What the fuck you guys talking about?
The Patriots? That's like a 2.
Hey, I had a couple of drinks that night. Hey, here's number 5 that has to happen in this game. And I think Vic Fangio should get all of his players into a room together and show them this instructional video right here.
We're going to try and make a form tackle, an idealistic situation tackle. Biggest thing that we want to see you do is keep your feet underneath you, get as close to DJ as possible, sink your hips, keep your chest up, keep your chin up, see exactly what you're going to hit. When the tackle starts, you'll thrust your hips forward, you'll rip your arms, you'll grab cloth, and you'll drive your feet forward.
That's what they need.
Grab cloth, drive your feet.
That's what they need.
You hear that, Eddie? You hear that, 3-9?
That's right. Especially you, Eddie Jackson. I love you. You're going to be a fucking Hall of Famer, but you've got to come up with better tackling technique consistently every fucking play. And Adrian Amos, you too. Don't let fucking Saquon Barkley or Todd Gurley do the same thing Saquon did, which is fucking somersault over you when you try to tackle him. That was embarrassing.
Jesus Christ.
What is the weather supposed to be Sunday night?
Cold, baby.
Like really, really cold? Like 0 cold? Or?
20s is what I saw.
Yes. Are you going to be there?
Mm-hmm.
You taking your future son-in-law?
No, Greg Braggs and I are going to be there, so we're going to be providing.
Nice.
Greggy Braggs. Greg and I are going to be providing top-notch pregame video and in-game analysis and video the way Bears Barroom has always delivered it to you. So
we got to get Braggs to recreate the Bears fucking
coming out in 3, 2, and 1. It's in your window, you dumb fuck.
That was such a fun night.
Want it one more time?
Go ahead.
All right, one more time. I love how he counts it down.
Coming out in 3, 2, and 1. It's in your window, you dumb fuck.
Someone spell this word for me and then put that in there.
I don't know who he's talking about or what the reference is to, but no, I know. All right, guys. Anything else we want to talk about this Rams game?
You going to have your gloves on, Aldo?
You know what? I don't know. I play it by ear. When I went with my future son-in-law to the Vikings game, I felt like I overdressed. So
yeah,
I might go out there in spray paint the Bears logo on my chest and just do the naked thing.
Are you gonna wear your Trubisky jersey?
Nah, you know what?
Get out there and support the quarterback, man.
Nah, this Trubisky jersey, which was a present for my birthday, is a large, and I'm an extra large. I'm a big man.
So you can slide in it.
Yeah, put some baby oil all over me and slide into that fucker.
This guy at the Giants game had a winter coat on and then a large or medium Khalil Mack. So he looks like fucking Randy from A Christmas Story with his fucking Mac jersey on. I go, Sandy, look at this guy. He looked like a fucking tube going down the fucking hill. He was just so tight in this thing. I don't know how you do that, but get Aldo with the fucking, what other jersey? Don't you have the Butkus jersey?
Oh, yeah. I've got, no, I don't have Butkus. I've got Ditka.
You said you had 3 jerseys. So you're going to wear your Peyton jersey?
Yeah, I might wear my Peyton jersey or my Ditka jersey. I think I got 2 Ditka. Hey guys, I am interrupting the show to tell you that the rest of the show got lost. I had a technical snafu, and the last 30-40 minutes of shout-outs and post-show banter have just disappeared on me. I don't know what I did wrong. It is 3:55 in the morning as I'm saying this. So, I apologize to Phil and Shane and Trey Bizzy, who gave out some great shout-outs. I can't repeat any of them, but I can share with you an email that I read during the shout-outs. It's from Gerald Donini, and he wrote, Aldo, I have never before written a note like this, but I discovered Bears Barroom podcast about 3 weeks ago. I'm writing to tell you how much I enjoy the shows and also hoping you pass along this note to Draft Dr. Phil and Mike North. I had the great pleasure to meet Phil at the tailgate Sunday where he was incredibly gracious. Not sure I fit in with the entire crew except for being a loyal Bears fan. The reason for my note is to pay a compliment and say a thank you. I can vividly remember a few moments as it relates to radio talent. The first time I ever heard Howard Stern was on WNBC in about 1984, and I was blown away. He was so unique, I remember exactly where I was the first time I heard his show. Secondly, driving back on a Sunday night from the Jersey Shore in the mid-1980s, moving the radio dial and discovering this guy on some small AM station well before WFAN, and it was Mad Dog Russo, and I was equally blown away by the uniqueness of his voice and delivery. Third time I lived in Chicago from 1988 to 1996, starting my career, getting married, and starting a family. Was an original listener to the Score Sports Radio, and the first time I heard Mike North, I again remember vividly hearing an incredibly unique talent combined with a passion for doing the show. Mike gave me great joy and laughter, catching Dave Stieb as an example. Dave Stieb was a pitcher, I think, for the Blue Jays. Over the years, Mike gave me great joy and laughter in Chicago along with Dan Jiggets. I feel like I learned so much about what it meant to be a Chicagoan from listening to Mike. Now, 20-plus years later, I accidentally came across your show through rediscovering Mike North and heard Draft Dr. Phil. Same experience. His passion for what he does comes through to the listener. Last night I was able to listen to his opening monologue and simply put, the passion, the love for what he does, the respect for the listener reminded me of how I felt when I first heard Mike North. In my life, I have been very blessed to experience success and have learned over the years that in any pursuit, whether raising a family, business, sports, anything, those people who truly succeed and leave a lasting imprint and those people who truly succeed and leave a lasting imprint are those who know what they want to do. Knowing the why is often more important than the what or the how. I know it's only sports, but listening to Phil last night, the why came across with such passion and effect, I just wanted to make sure it was acknowledged. It was powerful. I hope this note is taken in the spirit it is intended, which is one of gratitude. Mike and Phil, I hope this note is taken in the spirit it is intended, which is one of gratitude to you, Mike, and Phil for providing great content and enjoyment. If you guys are ever in New York, New Jersey, look me up. I owe you a dinner for the many previous years and hopefully future years of enjoyment. All the best, Jerry Danini. Now, got to tell you that Phil's reaction, I wish I did not lose this audio, but Phil's reaction to this was touching. As you can imagine, this is a fabulous letter of acknowledgement, of praise, and Phil was very, very gracious and humbled by this letter, as am I, and as are all of the people who work at Bears Barroom. You guys have been very, very nice in your compliments to us, and we really appreciate you. So, again, I apologize for the missing 20, 30 minutes, and I will leave you with this. If you drink, please do not drive, and always bear down!